Hi. Morning. Put some ones in if you can hear me. Just put a number 1 in the comments if you can hear me okay, or put a hi in, let me know. Hello AS6923. Morning Georg, Norman, Erin, Ajmal. Good morning. How are you? Thanks for joining me. Oh, sorry if I'm missing some of your names. Teague, Zaman, NSYNC, hello. Thanks for joining me. If you keep putting comments in, keep liking, double tapping the screen, and then we can get started earlier with today's session. Hi, Maya and Angie. How are you again? Jess. Fantastic to see so many of you joining me so quickly. I'm going to do another live theory lesson. So in the your toddler's jumping on me like a trampoline. Oh, get your toddler to join in. Yeah, well, this I've just popped yesterday evening's live session on onto YouTube. This one will be going onto YouTube as well. So if anybody here is struggling for a ready to take a theory test, preparing for a theory test, let me know. Who on here is preparing for a theory test, and when is it? You passed yesterday, Charlotte. That's awesome. Let's just have a chat for a minute. So I've only been on about 2 minutes, so I can't be hurrying up. Triple Mum X, please go on this link. This link has been this course has been created for you, and it will help you to pass your theory test. So please have a look at it. It's there for you. You can subscribe to my YouTube channel and see old lives if you click on that link as well. You got your theory this Friday. You're absolutely bricking it, Aidan. You'll be fine. Tell yourself you're going to pass, and you know that most of the questions are super easy, don't you? So this live could help you just get those extra couple of questions, or you could have a look at my course. You haven't got very much time to do very much of it, but it would help you. Taylor, you've passed yesterday. Awesome. Hi, Jordan. Got your test at 12 today. Juicy 999. Well, good luck with that. Morning, Ashley. How are you? Just trying to find my live on my screen. Is it your first time watching me? Who's watching me? Who's watched me for the first time? You passed? Yay! Who said that? I passed my test. Yay! Says Anila Jazz. Congratulations! That's awesome. Hello, Andy. How are you? So let's try and aim to keep this a really nice place, and any silly comments, if you can put lots and lots of comments in the then it will just dilute the silliness. There's always silly people. It's early in the morning. Actually, it's worse late at night, but never mind. Thank you, Philippa. You passed, Geoc. Awesome. Thank you, Simona. Sorry, and Philippa. Thank you so much. So who's watching me for the first time? Let me know, because it's really interesting for me to see how I do this every morning. But there's lots of people join me for the first time every time. I'm helping you so much, Vanilla. That's awesome to hear. So lots of people watching me for the first time. You see me every day. Shelley, you've seen me a couple of times. Have you got a theory test coming up then? Lots of people watching me for the first time. Where are you then? Where are you in the country? I'm based in Knutsford in Cheshire. Where are you watching me from? Will I be live tonight? I'm probably going to go live tonight. Yeah, that's the plan. 6:30 this evening. I'll be live. I have to prepare some slides. I have to get back from work in time. If I can do that in time, I'll be live at 6:30. Shrewsbury, Yorkshire, Stockport, Petersburg, Newcastle, all crew near me then, because I'm in Knutsford. Northwich, very near me. I teach in Northwich. Surrey, London, Plymouth, Northern Ireland, Brum, Brighton, London, Dagenham, all over the place. See how it's an amazing place to come. all over the place to from all over the place to study for the theory. Let's get my words out properly. Warrington, Ben. I was brought up near Warrington. I go to the gym in Warrington. Widnes, not far from me. Let's tell you who we am. Let's get started straight away, shall we? My name is Annie. I'm an ADI. That means I'm an approved driving instructor, and I'm an audit trainer, and I'm a theory test expert. I'm here making theory easy for you. Keep putting your comments in. I've created theory test course. It's only the price of a single hour's driving lesson. If you want to sign up now, it's there pinned on the link for you. I want to start with a question. Jib, that's awesome. Runcorn, not far, but I think I bought my car from Runcorn. Yeah, I did. My new car, I bought it from Runcorn. So let's start with a question, because I want to see how many people are still getting mixed up with this. It's an easy question when you know, Caroline, I love you and your daughter. So what signal should you give when you're going straight ahead at a roundabout? Signal left before you leave the roundabout. Don't signal at any time. Signal right when you're approaching the roundabout. Signal left when you're approaching the roundabout. So do you know, pop the answers A, B, C or D in, and I want to see how many people are. I've got some A's, B's and C's already. So I'm going to make it super easy for you. But I want to see what answers people are putting in first. Put loads of answers in, loads of double tapping the screen, and give me some likes. That'd be brilliant. So what signal should you give when you're going straight ahead at a roundabout? I've got some A's, B's, C's and D's, so I can see there's a lot of confusion with this question, and I want to make it easy for you, because it is easy when you know. Cool. So keep putting those answers in. I know some of you might have seen this before. Who has seen me, who has not seen me cover this question before? Just put a me in the comments if you've never seen me cover this question before. Be interesting for me to know. Anybody else? A fair few people have never seen me do this lesson before. Brilliant. It's a mini lesson on roundabouts. Some of you have seen it before. It won't last very long. It's super easy. So let's put this picture of a roundabout up, and I'm going to show you my image of a four-way roundabout, which is here. Okay, and you've got a red car approaching the roundabout, and you've got three exits, one to the left, one to the right, and one straight ahead. Okay, so when you're driving around roundabouts, there are two signals that you need to know about. The first signal is, what signal do you give when you're approaching the roundabout, driving towards the roundabout? The second one is, what signal do you give when you're exiting a roundabout or coming off a roundabout? Okay, so two signals you need to know about. We'll talk about the first signal first of all. What signal should you give as you're driving towards a roundabout? This is incredibly easy. It will help you answer so many questions. It's basically, if you're this red car here, if you're going left, you're going to be signalling left when you get to here. If you're going right, you're going to be signalling right when you get to here. If you're going ahead, you're not going to be signalling at all when you come onto the roundabout. You don't signal at all to go ahead. Exactly the same as if you are at a crossroads. If you were going left, you'd signal left. If you were going right, you'd signal right. If you were going straight ahead, you would not signal on the approach. There is no signal to say, I am going ahead. So when you're approaching a roundabout, if you're going left, signal left. If you're going right, signal right. If you're going straight ahead, do not signal. Does that make sense? I have covered this before, yeah. Lots and lots of people new join me every day. So does that make sense? Does that make sense for the signal to give when you're approaching a roundabout? Put a yes if that makes sense. It couldn't be easier. You're driving towards a roundabout. I'm going to turn left, I signal left. I'm going to turn right, I signal right. I'm going straight ahead, I will not signal. You don't give a signal to say I'm going ahead. Does that make sense to lots and lots of people? I've got 1,000 people on here. I want lots and lots more interaction, guys. It's just like a straight road, Callum. Absolutely. If you don't signal to say I'm going ahead. Okay, let's talk about the signal to give. Thank you, Tess, for your hand. Let's talk about the signal to give when you're coming off a roundabout. You always signal to say you're coming off a roundabout. Which way do you signal to exit a roundabout? Which way do you signal to exit a roundabout? You always leave on the left, don't you? As you're driving around the roundabout, your exit is always over to the left. Okay, so you always signal left to leave. When do you signal? Well, if you're here and you're going left, you're already signaling left. That's easy. If you're here and you're going right, you'll be signaling right on the approach. And when you get to just passing exit 2, you start signaling left to go down exit 3. If you're going straight ahead, no signal, then you start signaling left as you're passing by exit 1. So you always signal as you pass the exit before the one you want to take. So here you can see this roundabout has got 3 exits. Let's straighten that out. Let's make that into a straight road. 3 different exits on the left, okay? So if you're going left, you'd be signalling here. If you're going down the second exit, you start signalling when you get to here. If you're going down the third exit, you'd start signalling when you get to here. You start signalling as early as possible, but not too early. So as you're passing the exit before the one you want to take. Does that make any sense? That's how easy signalling at roundabouts is. Does that make sense? Can you put lots of yeses in the comments, please, if that makes sense? And if you don't care, thank you so much for watching and raising my profile by commenting. It's fab. Yeah, it makes loads of sense. Absolutely. What about lanes? I'm not talking about lanes, I'm talking about signalling right now. This is a theory lesson. In theory, they'll cover signalling at roundabouts, okay? I taught you something new, Grace. That's awesome. Thank you, Yana. I didn't get the signalling at the roundabout. That's what I've been talking about. So maybe go onto my YouTube channel and have a look at it. Thank you. Brilliant. So we'll recap in a second. The first thing I'm going to do is get rid of 2 rubbish answers. Good morning, Ferda. 2 rubbish answers. Okay, so what signal should you give when you're going straight ahead at a roundabout? And I'm going to get rid of don't signal at any time, because you always signal to exit a roundabout. You need to tell people you're coming off the roundabout so they can plan to come onto the roundabout. Does that make sense? So you always signal to exit a roundabout. Just let me know if that makes sense. Give me a thumbs up, give me a Y for yes, give me some kind of comment if that makes sense to you. So that's why we got rid of B, sorry, don't signal at any time is rubbish. We're going to get rid of D, signal left when you're approaching the roundabout. You would not signal left when you got to here unless you were turning left. If you start signalling left when you're here, when you're approaching the roundabout, the car that's here waiting to enter the roundabout will think that you're coming off so they can come on and potentially crash into you. So we get rid of D. You would not signal left unless you were going left. We got rid of those 2 answers. So what signal should you give when you're going straight ahead at a roundabout? Should you signal left before leaving the roundabout? Tessie, I've said there are 2 signals to learn. One when you're approaching, one when you're exiting. When you're approaching, you do not signal to say I'm going ahead. When you're on a roundabout, you always signal left to come off a roundabout. So I'm not giving you misleading information. You need to know about 2 different signals. One when you're driving towards the roundabout, one when you're exiting the roundabout, okay? And if you're going ahead, there is no signal to say, guys, I'm going straight ahead. Just like there is no signal to say you're going straight ahead if you are here. There is no signal that says, because just going ahead says I'm going ahead, not signalling left or right says I'm going ahead. But you always signal to exit a roundabout. So I'm not giving any misleading signals. I've been teaching this for many, many, many years. This is exactly right. When you go past the exit before yours. So what signal should you give when you're going straight ahead at a roundabout? A, signal left before leaving the roundabout. Or C, signal right when you're approaching the roundabout. If you read the question correctly, yes, Sarah Lou, if you read the question correctly and think about what I've just said, the correct answer is signal left before leaving the roundabout. You always signal left before leaving a roundabout. So if that's an option, it is the answer, because you always signal left before leaving the roundabout. Signal right when you're approaching the roundabout. Who answered me this? Why would you signal right? Why would you signal to say you're going down the third exit if you were going down the second exit? Why? This is not mini roundabouts, it's a different subject. Why would you signal right to go ahead? The same as here. Why would you signal right if you were going ahead? Does that make sense? Does that make sense? I'm not talking about mini roundabouts, I'm talking about roundabouts. Mini roundabouts is a different subject. Okay, so it's it makes sense. Thank you, Sarah Lou. Anybody else from the 800 people watching, does that make sense? Yay. You're right, Sarah Kinder, but it's hard enough explaining it to 800 odd people without adding extra bits. If you need extra bits, then please click on this link, go to my YouTube channel and have a look at my roundabouts video. How should you signal if you're going straight ahead at a roundabout? A, signal right on the approach and then left to leave. B, signal left after you leave the roundabout and enter a new road. C, signal right on the approach to the roundabout and keep the signal on. D, signal left just after you pass the exit before the one you want to take. These questions will come up in your theory because so many people are confused about signalling at roundabouts. And it's easy if you think about what I've said. How should you signal if you're going straight ahead? It makes complete sense. Thank you, Charles. Some people need to hear it more than once for it to make sense to them. But you can always listen to this again on my YouTube account. Awesome answers. Brilliant, guys. Well done. Okay, so let's go through the options. How should you signal if you're going straight ahead? A, signal right on the approach. Of course not. Why would you signal right on the approach if you were going left? You wouldn't do that. B, signal left after you leave the roundabout. Why would you signal after you've already left the roundabout and you've entered a new road? That's way too late, so get rid of B. C, signal right on the approach to the roundabout and keep the signal on. You're going straight ahead. Why would you signal right on the approach? So D, signal left just after you pass the exit before the one you want to take. So if you're going ahead, no signal, no signal, no signal. You get to here, you start signalling left to come off. Awesome. Should we go through another question? So if you want to sign up for my course, then please click on this link or go to testbuddy.app/live if you're not watching this on TikTok. If you have any issues, I can't discuss them on here, of course. So please go to this website, testbuddy.app/contact, and they will help you. If you've signed up for the course, you will get an email straight away. So long as you put the correct email address in, it's all automated. Let's go through another question. You see an amber traffic light ahead. Which light or lights will come on next? Is it A, B, C or D? Do you know the traffic light sequence? Do you know the traffic light sequence? Let me know. You sat singing it. Who's that? Samantha, you're sat singing away. That's it. Oh, awesome. So who doesn't, put a no in the comments or a yes in the comments, because I want to know who doesn't know so I can go over it with you. Because if everybody knows it, I don't need to go over it with you, do I? Kind of. No, not lots of no's coming in. Traffic light sequence is 5 steps. Now, just put a me in the comments if you agree with me that it should be super easy and simple to learn 5 different steps. And that if I went into a primary school, I'd be able to teach that, because children can learn nursery rhymes with more than 5 steps in. So you can learn it. And the problem is you haven't actually tried to learn the sequence. What you've done is try to memorize answers to questions. Just put me in the comments if you agree with that. Just let me know who agrees. You've tried to memorize answers to questions. You haven't thought, right, I need to learn this sequence. It's only 5 steps. Of course, it should be super, super easy. I know. We're all the same. We try and memorize questions and not learn the sequence. Let me show you what it is. If you already know it, I'm sorry. I'm going to go through it again for those that don't. It's really, really simple. We'll start up here. The sequence is red, red and amber, green, amber, red. Say it again. Red, red and amber, green, amber, red. Red, red and amber, green, amber, red. If you say it out loud, it will stay in your head. Red, red and amber, green, amber, red. Say it out loud like a little song to yourself, like a rhyme to yourself, like a rap to yourself, however you want to do it. It will help you to remember forever, and you'll always get questions like this correct. Okay? Red, red and amber, green, amber, red. So say it to yourself and then put D for done in the comments. Say it out loud and then put D for done in the comments, because it is super easy if you say it out loud. Red, red and amber, green, amber, red. Dead easy when you say it out loud. Awesome. So lots of people are putting the red, red and amber, green, amber, red. Why is it red? That's a funny question. Why is it red? Okay, so you've done it, look, brilliant, because if you say it out loud, it will stay in your head. Say the whole thing, red, red and amber, green, amber, red. I'm saying it out loud so it'll stay in my head. Red, red and amber, green, amber, red. If I said that to children, they would learn it. You can learn it super easily. Just chant it to yourself a few times and it'll be easy. So you need to know the traffic light sequence first of all, and that is a sequence red, red and amber, green, amber, and back to red. Okay, cool. Brilliant, guys. You need to know what the meaning of lights is for other questions. Let's just go through it briefly, what each light actually means. We'll go in order. Red means stop and wait. You know that, don't you? You know that red means stop and wait. Okay, what does red and amber mean? Sarah, have a look at my course. It will help you next time. What does red and amber together mean? Anybody know? So when you're thinking about this, think about what is law. By law, what must I do? And it can't be get ready or prepare. It must be either stop or go, mustn't it? By law, what must you do at red and amber? You can prepare, of course, you can prepare. It's a good idea to prepare. I would prepare to go, but prepare to go isn't the answer. By law, what must you do? Particular sky, awesome. Phoebe, awesome. By law, you must stop and wait for the green light. Okay, red, red and amber, green. Stop and wait, go with it safe. Then amber on its own is going to come on before the red. What does amber on its own mean? What does amber on its own mean? Steady amber, this is called. It doesn't mean slow down. SN, good. Samantha Clark, fantastic. It doesn't mean prepare to stop, Matt. Because you could go right through an amber, say, well, I was preparing to stop. Nobody can prove that. It either means stop and wait or go. What must you do at the amber light? You must, Sarah Kinder, you must stop and wait. Yeah, stop and wait, go if it's safe. Stop and wait if you can do so on time. Stop and wait. Cool. So they all mean stop and wait, and except for green. And even green only means go if it's safe. So they all mean stop and wait. There is one crossing that's different. A pelican crossing has flashing amber, and flashing amber means you can go if no one's on the crossing. But we're not covering crossings right now. You don't have to stop at the light if you're turning right. That's in America, isn't it? That's American. I've been to America and I've seen that. That's not here. You see an amber traffic light ahead. Which light or lights will come on next? So what we're going to do next is get rid of a rubbish answer. One of those is absolutely rubbish and doesn't exist in the traffic light sequence. Which one is it? Is it A, B, C or D? Which is the absolute rubbish answer? Pop it in the comments for me. This isn't Shona, awesome. Lissy Brown, awesome. Tashel, awesome. Mira, yeah, brilliant. Anybody else? Leah Wilkinson, fantastic. Sarah, yeah, which one is absolute rubbish? It's D, isn't it? D is absolute rubbish. Green and amber together does not exist. So we'll get rid of that. We'll forget it was even there. And now you've got 3 options rather than 2. And it just makes it look a little bit easier. The next thing we're going to do is look for the pair. So it can help with a lot of questions if you look for the pair. And 2 of those answers have got the same colour in them. Which are the 2 that is the pair? Can anybody tell me? Red alone, green alone, red and amber together. Which is the pair? Which has A and C, Rhiannon. They've both got, yeah, and Lara. They've both got red in them. So it's probably going to be one of those answers. Red alone or red and amber together. It is one of those answers. You've found the pair. Well done. Awesome. So now let's have a look at the sequence again. Remember it? Red, red and amber, green, amber, red. Red, red and amber, green, amber, red. See, I'm making a fool of myself for you. Every day I make a fool of myself for you. Okay, so which light or lights will, you see amber traffic light ahead. What will come on next? Red, red and amber, green, amber. What will come on next? You know it, don't you? Red, red and amber, green, amber. You know it. Fantastic. Has that helped anybody? Has that helped anybody? Let me know. If you know that sequence, which is 5 steps, red, red and amber, green, amber, red, say it out loud, it will stay in your head always. I am going into schools to teach this, so that's awesome for me. Keep singing it now. Kelly, sing it to everybody. That's how you'll answer that. Do you know, so many people tell me that they've, thank you, baby, bubbly brunette. They tell me, oh my gosh, I failed by 1 mark. 1 extra mark I would have passed. Well, I don't want to hear that. I want to hear that you're getting 48, 49, 50 out of 50. Okay, that's what I want to hear. But who on here has failed and if they got 1 extra mark, they would have passed? Let me know. Is anybody on here could have got, thank you, Rhiannon, 1 extra mark? I will sing it to my partner when he gets in. 1 extra mark. 2, yeah, absolutely. Well, I can help you. Those extra marks. This will help you. I say it one more time, but I don't want to annoy people. Somebody will say, no, shut up. Okay, I'll just go through it a couple of times. The sequence is easy. Thank you, Nicola. The sequence is red, red and amber, green, amber, red. Say it out loud, it will stay in your head, okay? Red, red and amber, green, amber, red. Red, red and amber, green, amber, red. Say it out loud, tell your partner, tell your kids, tell your parents. Is the test centre scary? Can somebody answer earth herder. Put some comments in. You failed twice by 1 mark. Well, Millie, if that extra question could be knowing this sequence. Who's going to be singing it all day? Sarah is. My name is Annie. I am an ADI. That means I'm an approved driving instructor. I do give driving lessons. That's my job. I run a driving school in Knutsford and Northwich in Cheshire. I'm also on the official register for driving instructor trainers. Hi, Maria. So I train people to become driving instructors, as well as teach people to learn to drive, as well as run a driving school. I'm also a theory test expert, so I've committed, while you're still watching me, while you're sending me likes and while you're interacting with lessons, I will commit to not teaching lessons in the mornings, but to be coming here to teach you the theory of driving. And I put together a course that takes you step by step exactly how to pass. For the course, I've been awarded Most Innovative Driving School. My driving school is called Spot On, and I've been awarded Superior Achievement and Excellence. I'm near Macclesfield, aren't I, Rhiannon? You're guaranteed to have the most updated questions in my course because the DVSA have looked at my course. They're happy and they will update me constantly on the newest questions. Let's go through signs made easy. Just looking at these 4 signs, you can see that they're all different shapes. We've got triangles, we've got rectangles, we've got red circle, we've got blue circle, different shapes, different colours, but they've all got a bicycle inside of them. And that is just to demonstrate to you that you need to understand the shape and the colour of signs, because they're all about cyclists, aren't they? All of these 4 signs are about cyclists, but they all mean completely different things. So you need to know the shape and the colour, and we're going to go through that right now. Is that okay? So let's start off with this blue circle sign. Does anybody know what it means? So put your answers in the comments. Killan, David, awesome, congratulations. So does this blue circle sign with a bicycle inside, does it mean cyclists are prohibited, route for cyclists only, warning cycle route ahead, parking place for pedal cycles? Is it A, B, C or D? I need to see, if you put A, B, C or D in, then I can see how many people understand and how many don't. And it helps me to know how much information to give you. If you don't know, put I, D, K. I need to know if you really don't know, so I can help you even more. If everybody gets it right, then I don't need to cover it. If everybody knows it, I don't need to cover it. Cool. I'm going to make it easy for you. I'm going to make it super, super easy. So when you look at circle signs, you need to notice the shape and the colour of the sign. Now, I want lots of Y's for yeses. The letter Y is for yes is just like you're nodding your head at me, like you're in this classroom with me. I can't see you, so I need those yeses, okay? So circle signs, thank you guys. Circle signs, look at the shape and the colour. Circle signs are orders. They're telling you what you must do or you must not do. That's what circle signs are. You can easily remember that if you make a circle shape with your hands. Do this with me. Make a circle shape with your hands. Now you can look at your hands and see the shape of an O for order. Let me know when you've done that. Put a D in the comments when you've done that circle shape. No one can see you wherever you are. Don't worry about it. Got 837 people watching me, but no one can see you doing it. Yes, I have a YouTube channel. If you click on the pinned link at the bottom of the screen, and you can subscribe to it. So circle shapes are orders, and you can easily remember that. Make a circle with your hand, and that circle can look like an O for order. You have blue circle signs and red circle signs. They mean something completely different, okay? Blue circle signs, say this out loud. Blue circle signs are telling you what you must do. Say the words, blue must do, this road is for you. Say it out loud, blue must do, or this road is for you. Say that out loud and just put the letter B for blue when you've done that. Or type it in. Hi Alfie, thanks for joining me. Type it out if you want to, or put the letter B for blue when you've said the words out loud, because when you say things out loud, it helps it go into your unconscious mind. You'll know it without even realising that you know it. So when you go for your test, you go, oh, that's the right answer. Didn't even know I knew that. And that's what happens when you say things out loud. When you hear them, when you make funny shapes with your hands, it gives you a way of remembering stuff forever. Blue signs are telling you what you must do, or this road is for you. Blue signs, another word for must do is mandatory. Does that make sense? Let me know. M for must, M for mandatory. So blue signs are mandatory signs. Yeah, give me a Y for yes if you understand that blue signs are mandatory signs. Must, mandatory. Yesterday I covered crossings, lines, a two-step question technique, owners and keepers, and super safety systems. If you want to see that, then go onto YouTube, click on this link to subscribe to my YouTube channel. On Monday, I covered traffic light technique, 3-click technique for hazard perception, know your speed, easy arm signals, and SORN. It's a lot of different things each day. So brilliant. So blue must do, this road is for you, Mr. Yinka. Fantastic. So here are 2 mandatory signs. Can anybody tell me what any of them mean? Thank you, Mamta. What do any of these signs mean? Blue must do, or this road is for you. This road is for who? This route for trams. Brilliant. Blue must do. What must you do? You must turn in the direction of the arrow, turn left. Fantastic. That's mandatory signs. That's blue signs covered. Now let's have a look at red circle signs. Red also means instruction. Yeah, that's what an order is. It's telling you what you must do. Red circles are telling you what you must not do. So red circle, you see the shape of an O for order. Don't do it if it's red. What did somebody say the other day? They said to me, red O means no. Does that help you? Because I think it's brilliant. Thank you, Space Brow. Red O means no. This road is not for you. Do not come down here, or do not do this. Red O means no. I love that. I'm going to make it into a slide. So the other word for must not do is prohibited. Red O means no. Does it help you? I think it's brilliant. Who said it? If you said it to me, let me know. So red circle signs are prohibitory signs. You must not do it. No, no, no. Red O means no, Nicole Fergie. Absolutely. So who must not go down this road? Yes, Georgie. Who must not go down this road? Cars. Brilliant. Red O means no. What must you do here? What must you not do? No left turns. Brilliant. So you can see how it's so important to understand the colours of the signs. Let's come back to this sign. So remember those little rhymes. Blue must do, this road is for you. Red O means no. What does this sign mean? Cyclists are prohibited. Route for cyclists. Warning, cycle route ahead. Parking place for pedal cycles. Why is there a line through it? I don't know why they put lines through them, Jada. They shouldn't need it, but I think it's probably because people still don't get it and they're making it very obvious. Okay, I get what you're saying. Shouldn't need it, should it? What does this sign mean? Is it A, B, C or D? And if I've helped you, then please double tap the screen. You've got just under 40,000 likes already. So that is fantastic for me. You're brilliant. Well done, guys. You know it, don't you? You know it. The correct answer is route for cyclists. Blue must do, or this road is for you. This road is for you. This road is for cyclists. Yeah, so if you say those rhymes, it will help you. Red O means no. Blue must do. This road is for you. Let's move on to the next shape. What does this sign mean? Pedestrians in the road, zebra crossing, no pedestrians, or pedestrians only. Do you know the meaning of this sign? Put your answers in the comments so I can see what you're thinking. So I've got A's, C's, D's, B's, got everything coming up. What do you think it is? A, B, C or D? Keep putting your answers in. A, B, looking for my cards. Cool. Okay, so when you're looking at triangular shape signs, you need to look at the shape. Notice the shape of it. So triangle signs are warning signs, and you can easily remember that triangle signs are warning signs. Do this with me. You can easily remember if you make the shape of a triangle with your hand, open your hands out and see the shape of a W for warning. Triangle signs are warning signs. So do that and put D for done when you've done that. So I know that you know that all triangle shaped signs are warning signs, and you need to really know and understand that as a driver, because as you're driving along and you see triangle shaped signs, you need to know that you're being warned of something so that you can drive appropriately. Does that make sense? It's really, really important. You can't think, oh, I thought it meant that. You need to know triangle signs are warning signs. Loads of people have done that. Awesome. Here are some examples of warning signs. Can anybody tell me what sign A means? What does the first sign A, mean? What does the first sign A, mean? It means cues, traffic cues, warning you about traffic cues. So if you see that sign, what should you do? They're warning you. So what, you might be traffic cues ahead of you. So what should you do? It's not a stack of cars, I don't think. I think it's cars in front of each other. What should you do if you see that sign? You should slow down. What should you do before you slow down? Come on, guys, if you've got a driving instructor that want you to say something else before you said slow down, what should you do? Always the same thing. Before you slow down, what should you do? Sean, you're having to check your mirrors, Courtney Bean. Awesome. So mirrors and then slow down. What does sign B tell you? What does sign B tell you? It's warning you about ice, isn't it? Fantastic. And what about sign C? What's that one warning you about? Because they're all warning signs. What is sign C warning you about? Wild horses. Sacred, absolutely, wild horses. Okay, so again, check your mirrors, ease off the gas, don't be racing around this area because you do not want to hit a horse that's trotting around. Is that the right word? So let's come back to this sign. You know now what shape it is. You know it's a warning sign. Does it mean pedestrians in the road, zebra crossings, no pedestrians or pedestrians only? Now we can get rid of C and D. We can get rid of no pedestrians and pedestrians only. If it was no pedestrians, what shape and colour would the sign be? I've just covered it with you. If it was no pedestrians, what shape and colour would it be? Nicole, it would be a red circle. Red O means no. If it was pedestrians only, what shape and colour would it be? If it was pedestrians only, what shape and colour would it be? It would be a blue circle. Awesome. Blue must do, or this road is for you. Red circle, no pedestrians. Pedestrians only, okay? So we're left with two possible options. What does this sign mean? Now, does it mean pedestrians in the road or zebra crossing? Put A or B. I want to see how many people are getting mixed up with this. I'm going to make it easier for you. Because now you know the shape, you want to know what's inside and you want to interpret what's inside that crossing. So is it A or is it B? Okay, so let's just talk about those two. Pedestrians in the road. Why would you have a sign? Why would there be a warning sign warning you that there may be pedestrians in the road? Why would you have a warning sign? Why would pedestrians be in the road? Why wouldn't they be on the pavement? It is so you don't hit them. But it's because there's no footpath, the Heartful Dodger. Absolutely. It's because there's no footpath. Why is there no footpath? Why is there no pavement? Why is there no pavement? Roadworks are temporary, so it's probably not going to be that, although it does happen when there's roadworks. You're on a rural road, on a country road, okay, and there's no pavement, so there may be pedestrians in the road. Now, does this sign look like pedestrians are walking in the road, or does it look like a pedestrian walking across a crossing? What does it look like? And now pop your answer in. So look at that sign. Does it look like pedestrians? It's got an S in the end of it, hasn't it? Pedestrians, that means more than one. Does it look like pedestrians are in the road? Or does it look like a pedestrian is walking over a crossing? You know the answer now. You're absolutely right. It does. It looks like a pedestrian is walking across a crossing. If it meant pedestrians in the road, like I gave you a clue. I said that pedestrians had an S on the end. That means more than one pedestrian. Two pedestrians in the road. Okay, zebra crossing is what looks to be a man on a crossing. Pedestrians, more than one pedestrian, possibly walking in the road. Two more pedestrian warning signs. What's this one warning you about? What is this sign warning you about? Yeah, it's warning you about frail or disabled people likely to cross the road. Okay, so frail or disabled. I mean, old people, elderly people, that's absolutely fine. But we know not all older people are frail, and some younger people are frail and disabled. So anyway, that's what that one means. What about this one? What's this sign warning you about? It's easy, isn't it? You know this one. Children, absolutely. It's warning you about children going to or from school or a playground area ahead. Brilliant. So as long as I want you to get, I really, really want you to get these two, okay? These are the two that people are getting mixed up with. Pedestrians in the road. Pedestrian on a crossing. So it's warning you about a zebra crossing. Okay, you can see the marks, the dashed lines of a crossing there. Cool. Let's move on to the next shape. What does this sign mean? Warning, T-junction ahead. No through road. Do not enter this road. Road for cars only. Now put IDK if you don't know. So make sure you tell me if you don't know the answer. Keep putting your answers in. Okay, so when you look at rectangular shaped signs, you need to look at the shape and the colour. There are lots of different colours to know about with rectangular shaped signs, okay? So look at the shape and the colour of the sign. Rectangular signs are information signs. So say this out loud. You can easily remember that rectangular signs are information signs. If you do this with me, do it with me. Hold one finger up. And now use that one finger to draw the shape of our rectangle. Okay, so draw a rectangle using that one finger. And then look at your finger and you can imagine it's the letter I for information. So just do that and then let me know. Put D in the comments. Do that and then put a D in the comments. Let me know you've done it. Fab. Now you're looking at the shape. You know that rectangular signs are information signs. Let me talk about the colours. So you've got blue, white and green on this slide. Blue signs are used for information and on motorways. I'll show you some more in a second. So blue, information and motorways. Green and white are for directions. Green is for primary routes, that means main routes. White is for non-primary routes, that means non-main routes. And then you've got brown signs, which are for tourist directions. Does that make sense? Let me know. I'll recap in a second. Put some yeses in the comments and I will recap. I'll go over those again with some more pictures. So I've shown you 4 different colours. I've shown you blue, green and white and brown. Blue signs, I said they're for information or on motorways. So we've got an information sign here in a blue rectangle. What does it mean, guys? What does that sign mean? Does anybody know what that sign means? It's an information sign, yeah. And what was it actually telling you? I'm going to go through later on today. Hang on, I think I can't read my sign with these glasses on. Oh, my next lesson is all about this sign, okay? So stay with me if you can. That's a Contraflow bus lane sign, fantastic. So blue rectangle signs are also motorway signs, also used on motorways. What does that motorway sign mean? Thank you, Jureka, for end of motorway, fantastic. So blue signs, information, motorways. Green and white for directions. Primary routes, like main routes, like to London. Non-primary routes, non-main routes, like to the towns. Okay, that makes sense? And then brown signs are for directions. Tourist route directions, sorry. Brown signs are for tourist directions. So I've said to you that blue rectangle signs are used on information signs and on motorways. This isn't a motorway sign, it's an information sign. So which answer would it be? Would it be warning, T-junction ahead? Would it be no through road? Would it be do not enter this road? Or would it be road for cars only? You know it now, don't you? Yeah, brilliant. Keep putting the answers in. Fab. And the correct answer there definitely is no through road. Well done. If this is helping you, please have a look at this course that will help you step by step for everything you need. So that sign means no through road. If it was warning, T-junction ahead, what shape would it be? If it meant warning, T-junction ahead, what shape would it be? Mr. Yinko, you know it. Jar, yeah. Cooking with marks. It would be a triangle. Brilliant. If it was do not enter this road, what shape and colour would it be? If the sign meant do not enter this road, what shape and colour would it be? It would be a circle and it would be red. Do not enter. Red O means no. Fab. And if it was a road for cars only, what shape and colour would it be? If it was cars only, so must do, this road is for you, what shape and colour would it be? It would be a blue circle. Road for cars only would be a blue circle. Blue must do, or this road is for you. Awesome. Now that sign means no through road. Some people get mixed up. What is it? What does no through road actually mean? What does no through road mean? So can anybody help here? What does no through road actually mean? Emma, Norman, you know it. Yeah, it's a dead end. If you drive down that road, then it comes to an end. You can't keep on driving through. No through road. Just like this road here. If you drove down this road, when you got to the end, you wouldn't be able to drive through. You'd have to turn around and come back again the same way. Okay, does that make sense? That's what no through road means. Let's have a look at this sign. What must you do when you see this sign? Pop your answer in there. I'm coming straight back. You must come to a complete stop. Fantastic, yeah. Come to a complete stop at the end of the road. Brilliant. So that sign means stop. What should you do when you see this sign? Should you stop, or can you keep moving if possible? Which one of those? Put A or B. A, you must stop, or B, you can keep moving if possible. Lissy, you know it. Yeah, brilliant. So stop and give way as two different things, okay? So give way doesn't mean stop. So what should you do? Should you stop? Should you definitely stop? Or should you keep moving if possible? And if you put A, that's not correct, because that sign means stop. Stop and give way are two different things. Don't stop when you see this unless you have to, unless you can't see properly, or if there's traffic too close to you. You must keep moving if possible. How would the traffic behind you feel if you stopped when you didn't need to? How would the traffic feel if you thought, well, I've seen that sign there, I've seen the giveaway sign, I'm going to stop at the end of the road. even though nobody was there. They get annoyed, they get off, yeah, irritated, frustrated. Yeah, they could crash into the back of you because they're not expecting you to stop for no reason. Just like if you're walking in a busy town, a busy city, and there was nobody on the road, and you just stopped before you crossed the road for no reason, people behind you might walk into the back of you. Okay, cool. So give way means give way, but stop means stop. Two different things. Who follows diamond-shaped signs? Do you know that? Do I give one-to-one classes? No, I don't. I don't have time because I do this for about 4 hours a day for free, and I got to go out teaching. But Chris does. So go onto this link here, go to this website and ask for a one-to-one, and Chris will do that for you. So who follows diamond-shaped signs? And it is trams. Well done. Did you get that one right? Did you know that one? Thank you, Ens. So one of these signs, this is what people get mixed up. Remember what I said before, red O means no, blue must do. Which sign means minimum speed? One of them means maximum speed, the most you can drive. One of them means minimum speed. You must drive at least this speed. So is it A or B that means minimum speed? We've got lots of A's and some B's. I'm just getting your wording wrong, mixed up a couple of people. So blue sign means minimum speed. Blue must do at least 40 miles per hour. Red, don't do it. Red O means no, do not go any faster than 40 miles per hour. So the red sign is a maximum speed. The blue sign is the minimum speed, the smallest speed you should do. So look at a couple of signs, shall we? I want you to tell me if this is an order or an information or a warning sign. Look at the shape. Is this an order, information or warning? But O, I or W? Yes, Afrodiva. Absolutely. Put O, I or W. Is it an order? Is it an information or is it a warning sign? It's a warning sign. For those of you who just joined me, it's a triangle sign, and triangle signs are warning signs. Make a triangle with your hand, open your hands out, you've got the shape of a W for warning. So all triangle signs are warning you about something. What about this sign? Is it an order, an information or a warning sign? But O, I or W. Is it order, information or warning? Brilliant. It's an order. It's in a circle. Circle signs are orders. Make a circle with your hand. Look at your hands. You've got the shape of an O for order. Red circles mean don't do it. Red O means no. Blue circles mean you must do it. Fab. Let's move on to some questions. I like the O. So do I. What does a sign with a brown background show? What does a sign with a brown background show? A, tourist directions. B, primary roads. C, motorway routes. Or D, minor roads. Is it A, B, C or D? You know it? Do you know it? Yeah, absolutely. Brown signs are tourist directions. Thank you, Lianu. Another question, what messages are given by circular traffic signs that have a blue background? Say that rhyme out to yourself first of all. They give temporary directions during a diversion. They give directions to car parks. They give motorway information. They give mandatory instructions. It's really important here to look at the shape. So the shape and the colour. Is it A, B, C or D? It is D. They give mandatory instructions. Remember, M for mandatory, M for must do. Blue circle signs. Blue must do, or this road is for you. What's the purpose of triangular shaped signs? To give warnings, to give information, to give orders, to give directions. You know it absolutely. Triangle signs give warnings. Triangle signs are warning signs. See the triangle, see the W for warning. Brilliant. That's my Signs Made Easy lesson. So that you can understand the shapes and the colours of signs, and you can answer questions so much easier if you can remember those shapes and colours of triangle signs, circle signs, and rectangle signs. So always look at the shape and the colour, and then look at what's inside, what picture is inside the sign. Lucy, awesome. There's one point now, I've covered Signs Made Easy because there are 133 practice signs questions in the theory test. 133 practice questions. That means it's the biggest topic in the theory test, and it's questions that science questions are ones that people are getting wrong time and time again, and I want to make it easy for you. And if you understand the basic colours and signs, you can get so much extra correct. There are 1.9 million tests taken, 879,000 passes. That means there's a 47% pass rate. 53% of people are failing their theory test for all kinds of reasons. I think a lot of reasons people fail is just put a yes or me if you agree with me, that people are trying to memorise answers to questions. So rather than trying to learn, like I've taught you the traffic light technique, I've taught you the traffic light sequence. You know which light comes after which. If you learn that, you can answer any question about traffic lights. If you know what they mean easily. Loads of people think amber means go, or get ready to go, or get ready to stop. It doesn't. Amber means stop and wait. If you can learn stuff and not just try to memorise answers to questions, that will help you. People are failing because they're finding it tricky, because they're not understanding the questions. So they're just guessing, just trying to memorise. Or they're failing because they have dyslexia or don't speak English as a first language. They have no motivation to study because it's just the wording is just awkward. And then they go and fail it. Awesome, Beezy. Then they go and fail it, and they find that embarrassing and frustrating. Do you find, put an E or an F for embarrassing or frustrating if that's how you feel about failing your test. It's definitely a waste of time, isn't it? And all that money, £23 every time to come back with a failed result, is not good. You can't book your driving test. If you can't pass your theory test, you can't even book your driving test, which is really frustrating. A lot of people say, I get embarrassed, I get frustrated. I know, and some people are saying it's both for me. What I want to do is teach you to pass. Who agrees? So please double tap the screen. Let's get to 100,000 likes. Who agrees that I've helped you this morning already with the traffic light sequence, or with roundabouts and signalling, or have I helped you with signs? Is there anything that you've remembered from what I've done today? That's what I want to do. I want to teach you to pass your theory test. And I do these lives and I put together this course if you want step-by-step help and guidance and support. If you want to have everything you need to pass your test, then please click on this link below and see Theory Test Course. I've put together worksheets and video tutorials. Brilliant. People tell me what they've actually learned. I put together fact lists and audio. All the official DVSA questions are in there. There's case studies, anxiety techniques, hazard perception techniques, question techniques, games, all so many things so that you can be 100% prepared to pass. It's had way more than 5,000 passes so far, and all you'll pay is the price of one single 1 hour driving lesson. T Prime, awesome, thank you. You'll only pay $34.99 if you sign up while I'm live. Let me show you what's in it. Let me show you what's in Theory Test Course and how you'll go through it to guarantee you're 100% test ready. Go to the introduction first, so you've got a really good understanding of what's expected in the theory test and how to go through the course. There are 14 different theory test topics. Let me show you what's in the accidents topic. You can download and print off a worksheet to fill in if you want to. You can fill it in while you're watching the video tutorials. Then you can listen to a fact list before you go and have a go at all of the official DVSA practice questions for that topic. When you've got all of the questions correct, have a go at the mock test for that topic. And when you get 10 out of 10 in the mock test, move on to the next topic and go through all of the topics in the same way, so that by the time you get to the case studies and the full mock tests, you'll find answering the questions easy. Does anybody on here suffer from anxiety, or do you know somebody who suffers from anxiety? Let me know. Just put a me in the comments if you suffer from anxiety or if you know somebody who does. Because I realised years ago that so many people were suffering from anxiety, and it was affecting the way they performed and contributing to them failing tests. Even though they were good enough to pass, they were failing because of anxiety. So I became an NLP master practitioner. And I put in techniques in the course to help you get rid of anxiety and help you to feel calm and confident. My theory is next week. If I bought your course now, could I get it done? Maya Clarkey, I can't tell you what time you have got, but a lot of people will buy the course a few days before. If you think you can't do it all, you can't do all of my course, but if you think I have helped in any way today, then you know you can answer some extra questions correctly, then you know the course will help you. So you might not be able to do all of it, but you might not need all of it to pass your theory test. But I can't tell you to be certain where you've got the time to do the whole of it. I'll pin it there for you to have a look at. There's techniques in the course. If you want to use them and you feel anxious, there's techniques to get rid of that anxiety and go to your test feeling calm, confident, relaxed, happy, excited, however you want to feel. There's techniques in the course to help you score well in your hazard perception test. And there's techniques in the course to help you answer any multiple choice question. It's called my 5-step question technique. There are 3 bonuses. You're going to get my hazard perception course. Yes, T Prime. You're going to get my hypnosis course with 3 different tracks on it. I got to 100,000. Yay. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Saul, for letting me know. You're going to get 2 free ebooks, Top 10 Reasons for Failure, Top 20 Hardest Theory Test Questions. That's if you sign up while I'm live. So please click on that link and really consider investing in yourself. I know that normally People will spend money on an app to buy questions and answers. This is more, way more than questions and answers. It's a whole course with £35 worth of bonuses. You'll pay once, you will never have to pay again. You've got it for as long as you need it. Someone's just asked me, how can I get it done in a week? You might be able to. Some people have got it done in a week. Most people take between 2 and 6 weeks. Most people are not rushing, okay? But you can do it in a week if you have the time. I know somebody told me they did half of it in 5 hours. But that's, yeah, I don't, it's up to you, isn't it? How quickly you work and how many times you need to watch the videos. As soon as you start the course, you'll very quickly see and hear how you'll pass your theory test. Here's somebody that has been through it. I just wanted to let you know that I bought I bought Test Buddy after finding you on TikTok. I gave myself a month to practice and I had my theory test today. This was my 3rd time taking it, and with 2 small children it was pretty difficult to revise and keep up with your videos and mock tests. But although I didn't quite complete it, I managed to pass today. One very happy mummy. Isn't that awesome? And Liam says, can I say a massive thank you to Annie for the support she gives people on TikTok and also via the Test Buddy course. I have major dyslexia and anxiety, and I failed my theory test twice now. Thank you, Philippa. I purchased the course and watched her live videos every time, and this morning I went to my 3rd attempt and I passed. Isn't that awesome? So have a look at this pinned link below and you can see how that could be you sending me that message. I get these emails every single day and it could be you next time. If you're using my course, guys, just put a yes in the comments now. Did she say she passed without doing your course? Of course she didn't. She said she passed by not completing all of it. I can't help anybody on here. You'll have to go to, I can't help you. There's hundreds of people asking, online now. But if you go to these people, they will help you. No problem. Centel Jewel, that's awesome. I'm using it. I love it. It's really helpful. Thank you for creating an excellent course. I am. Thank you. Theory test at 1. Good luck for 1 o'clock today. Megan Towns is using it. Awesome. Let me just close this window because I'm getting cold now. Awesome. Now, somebody asked me a minute ago about lights, car lights. Are you still here? The person that asked me about car lights, you need to put a big me in the comments, or me and lights if it was you that were asking me to cover car lights. Or if you want me to just chat for a minute about car lights. Is it just watching videos? No, it's watching videos. It's doing video worksheets, listening to fact lists, doing quizzes. Can you help with lights? Okay, so there are, I'll talk very, very briefly because I haven't got my slides here with me. Fog lights, parking lights, main beam headlights and headlights, okay? So car headlights, dipped headlights, are the lights that you'll mostly use. You use these more than any other lights. So just say that out to yourself. It's the dipped headlights, and the lights that are dipped down towards the floor and they don't dazzle people. You'll use dipped headlights at night time in the dark. You use dipped headlights if you're driving through a tunnel. I can't get pictures. I've not got my slides ready. Someone just asked me this question, Ikra, and I haven't got slides ready. I can't just so you could Google them though, okay? So dipped headlights, you'll use them if you're going through a tunnel. Dipped headlights, you'll use them if it's raining and it's a bit dull. Dipped headlights, you'll use them as soon as it starts to get dark in the evenings. So dipped headlights is going to be the one that's the most answered correct question in your theory test, it's mostly going to be dipped headlights. Fog light, if it's foggy and you can't see more than 100 metres. Main beam headlights, they are up here, they're really, really bright. Main beam headlights are really bright and they will dazzle people. You only use them if it's really dark and there's no street lights. Yes, Kevin, awesome. Okay, so main beam, you only use them and it's really dark. There's no street lights, and you must put them off again if someone's coming towards you or someone's in front of you, because it will dazzle them. That's main beam. But otherwise, it's going to be dipped headlights. Side lights are the same as parking lights, and you'll use those if you're parking on a road that has a speed limit of more than 30 miles per hour. If you're parking on a road and the speed limit on that road is 40 miles per hour, then you would put your parking lights on. Parking lights won't drain the battery. They're designed to stay on for long periods of time. Okay, so if you ask me a question, I can try and help you, but I can't just magic up slides for you. It'd take me a few minutes to get the slides ready. Okay, talk about fog lights during the day. Fog lights, Astria, I can't say that, awesome. Fog lights, you use them if it's thick fog. If you can't see more than 100 metres, then you put your fog lights on. If your visibility gets better, you can see more than 100 metres, you must turn your fog lights off. They are very, 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 very bright and they'll dazzle people. Doesn't matter whether it's dark or daytime. Fog lights are when it's thick fog. No slides. No, someone just asked me this question. They've just asked me a question. I can't just magic up slides. I'm giving you extra content. I won't do that next time. I'm going to be criticised for not having slides. I won't answer those questions in future. I'll just stick to what's on my slides, I think. For my course, you'll only pay $34.99. I can't talk about toucan crossings because I haven't got slides ready for that at the moment. It's all in the course though, and it's only the price of one single 1 hour driving lesson. Don't forget to subscribe to me. Don't forget to follow me on TikTok. Subscribe to my YouTube channel by clicking on this link there. Awesome. Oh, Sarita, really? Oh, no. Thank you, Nicole. So I'm going to stick to my slides that I've got planned for this evening. Thank you, Sawbrook. I thought that was obvious. If you ask me a question, I can't just suddenly have slides there ready for you, I'm afraid. And I know the slides makes it super easy for you, but I can't just have them there. They're all planned, the 250 or so slides planned for today. But I will try and help as much as I can. Awesome. So my name is Annie. I'm an ADI. Let me know if it's your first time watching me. Is it your first? I know, T-Prime. Is it your first time watching me, guys? Are you watching me here for the first time, or have you seen me before? Let me know. If you want to know any more, all of these lives from this week are in my YouTube account. Okay, so please subscribe to my YouTube account and go and see when I've helped what with what. Thank you, Kay Mora. I know. Subscribe to YouTube, fantastic. So anything you want to know that I do cover in these lives, then it is in my YouTube account. Otherwise, Sharon, first time I just bought your course. That's awesome. Thank you, Sharon. Otherwise, it's all in this course. Everything you need to know is in my course. Lots of video tutorials. So if you watch me for the first time, let me know. My name is Annie. I'm an ADI. That means I'm an approved driving instructor. Leah, that's awesome. I'm also an audit instructor trainer. You're a PDI, John. Hi, welcome. And I'm also a theory test expert. I'm here making theory easy for you. I will help you with these. I'm going to be covering today signs. Go with the flow is next. Do you ever struggle with contraflow questions? That's coming up any second now, my next 2 slides. Then I'll be covering clutch and gears. Then I'll be covering my traffic light technique. Oh, I've got my traffic. If you struggle with the colours of the motorway stud, you can hear my awesome technique that I created just for you and just for my course. So I've created this course. For the course, I've been awarded Most Innovative Driving School. My driving school, I've been awarded Superior Achievement and Excellence. And I'm really proud of those awards. But I'm even more proud of the fact that the DVSA have looked at my course and they're really happy with the help that I'm giving to you learners, also to learner driving instructors, so they're called PDIs, also to motorbike, LGV, lorry drivers, PCV, bus drivers, all of those theory courses that I've got or I'm developing at the moment. But I'm even more proud of when you come on here and say, I've learned something, you've helped me. I've passed my test because of you. So that's awesome to hear. S-Turbo, thanks for joining me and interacting with me a lot. That's awesome. So keep interacting with me. You're late, don't worry about it. I'm about to go through Go With The Flow. Whoever struggles, thank you for the likes, I've got 106,000, awesome. Whoever struggles with contraflow questions, 52, that's why I'm here. Thank you, user. Whoever struggles with contraflow questions, well, you're lucky. If you struggle with them, then you're really lucky because I'm going to make it super, super easy from now on, okay? So join me for the next 5-10 minutes, and at the end of this lesson, you will find contraflow questions incredibly easy because they really, really are, I promise you. They're really, really easy. Let's start with a question. What does this sign mean? Does it mean with flow bus lane or contraflow bus lane, or put IDK if you don't know? And then I'm going to go through this lesson and you're going to find it incredibly easy from now on. Put A or B or put IDK if you don't know. I need to know how many people don't know it. Cool. Now I'm going to go through the lesson. I want you to promise me something. I want you to promise me that you won't say, I don't understand, until we get to the very end. Because people constantly say, I don't understand, as I'm still going through it. I have spent ages designing these slides so that we go from start to finish. And by the finish, you'll understand. Some people will understand but in the first slide, but other people won't understand to the very last slide. So thank you, Brushan. So promise me, just put a yes if you promise you won't say I don't understand till the very, very end. Put a yes in the comments if that's what you're going to do. You're not going to tell me. You're just going to listen to the whole thing and then you will understand. Because if you are focused, I don't care what comments you put in, but if you're focusing on not understanding it and thinking, oh my God, everybody understands it apart from me, then you're going to feel stressed and you won't learn the same. So I don't mind comments coming in. I want you to learn. And if you're focusing on not understanding something you think other people do understand, then you're not learning as well. Does that make sense? Okay, so put a yes in the comments if you understand this one slide. The word contra means against. Just put a yes in the comments if you understand that the word contra means against. And that's all I need you to understand at the moment. That the word contra simply means against. Awesome, brilliant. I'm getting my props ready to help. And the word flow refers to the movement of traffic. So I'll use this car. If this little green car was going in that direction and so was this red car, they're both flowing in the same direction. So flow refers to the movement of traffic. So contraflow simply means against the flow. Put CF if you understand those words. Contraflow means against the flow, and I'll tell you more about that in a second. Put CF in the comments if that makes sense to you. Fantastic. Keep liking, keep sharing, guys. I'm going to make even more sense in a minute. Fantastic. So you'll find a contraflow on a one-way street. A one-way street is where all the traffic, you haven't got traffic going up the road and traffic coming down the road. They're all travelling up the road. That's a one-way street, okay? So put the letter number 1 if you understand that you'll find a contraflow on a one-way street. So just put a number 1 if that makes sense to you, if you understand that. You'll find a contraflow on a one-way street. So the next few slides I'm showing you are a one-way street. Awesome. And look at these 3 vehicles. You've got a red car and it's flowing that way. You've got a blue car that's also flowing that way. And you've got a bus that is also flowing that way. The bus is flowing in the same direction as the other vehicles. This is a one-way street. There are 3 lanes and all lanes of traffic are flowing that way. Put F if that makes sense to you. Put the letter F if that makes sense to you. F for flow. It's a one-way street and all 3 lanes are flowing that way. I love my cars. The red car and the blue car and the bus are all flowing in the same direction. Cool. Now look at this slide. You can see the bus has turned around. We're still on a one-way street. The red car is flowing in that direction. The blue car is also flowing in that direction. But the bus is flowing in that direction. The bus is going against the flow of the other traffic. Put A for against if that makes some sense to you. If you can see that it's a one-way street. The cars are going that way, but the bus is going the other way. Strange, that's a contraflow. The bus is going opposite Amy, Lily, Ruby. A mixture of nice names there. Cool. This is what a picture might look like. So you can see a picture of this one-way street. You can see an orange car that would be flowing up the road, the blue car flowing up the road, and the bus lane is telling the buses to travel against the flow. The buses will be going that way, even though it's a one-way street. Yeah? And this is what a sign would look like on this road. This sign is saying there are 3 lanes of traffic. The sign is saying there are 3 lanes of traffic. 1 lane for buses going down the road, 2 lanes for other vehicles going up the road. So one-way street, 3 lanes of traffic. The bus is going against the flow. I know, you just got it, I know. Let's give her 300,000 likes. I got 330,000 yesterday. Yep. So this sign is telling you it's a with flow bus lane, buses and cycles. This sign is saying there are 2 lanes of traffic on a one-way street, but the buses and the other vehicles are all going in the same direction. So what doesn't this sign have? Some of you have seen this before. What doesn't this sign have that this sign does have? Forget about the cycle for a minute. What is the important thing that sign doesn't have? It doesn't have any arrows. Why do you think it doesn't have arrows on it? That one has got arrows to say the other vehicles are going up the road, the buses are coming down the road. This one has got no arrows. Why hasn't it got any arrows? It's not a 2-way street, it's a 1-way street. Because it's with flow. Beautiful answer. Perfect. They're all going in the same direction, Zara. Yeah, Zara Lee. They're all going up the road. Now, why would you have arrows to say You're all going in the same way. You don't need to differentiate. I saw that comment coming through. I can't find it now. Brilliant. Yeah, you're all flowing in the same direction. So contraflow has arrows. With flow doesn't have arrows. Simple as that. Now you can get contraflow and with flow bus lanes, cycle lanes, taxi lanes, okay, or bus, cycle and taxi lanes. You'll know it's a taxi, it'll have the letters taxi spelled out as well. But what I want you to understand is really, really simple. What is a contraflow system? And the traffic is going against the flow, and there's a contraflow sign has arrows on it. A with flow sign doesn't have any arrows, doesn't need arrows, because you're all going in the same direction. Does that make sense, guys? Please put some yeses in, or the letter Y for yes, if that makes sense to you now. I'll kind of recap. Thank you, Papa. If you think I'm teaching you, helping you, I have spent hours designing these lessons to take you step by step through. So don't just tell you that sign means that and that sign means that. I give you ways of understanding. And if first of all you understand what a contraflow is, it makes it super easy for you. So what is this sign? Is this sign a with flow bus lane or a contraflow bus lane? Dom, go through a course or read some books or have a one-to-one with somebody before you start answering questions. What's the point in just answering questions when you don't understand? Answering questions, that's about doing a practice test. You don't do practice tests for physics until you've learnt physics. You don't do practice tests for psychology until you've learnt psychology. So that's the advice I would give to everybody. So let's just recap. Great answers. This sign, this is showing you a with flow bus lane. 3 lanes of traffic, one-way street. The red car is flowing in that direction. The blue car is also flowing in that direction. And the bus is also flowing in that direction. That's a with flow bus lane. This sign, this picture is showing you the red car flowing in that direction and the blue car flowing in that direction, but the bus is going against the flow. And when the bus is travelling against the flow, the sign needs to have arrows so that you know the buses will be going against the flow. You need to know. You wouldn't want to be on a one-way street and suddenly a bus went past you. You think, what was that doing there? You'd want to know the buses are travelling against the flow, wouldn't you? Yes, that's my go with the flow lesson. And I hope that has made it so that you can answer. Our contraflow bus lanes common, yeah, in certain places. So I don't see them where I live. So you pass with my help. Yay, Carda Sheto, awesome. So I hope that you now will answer contraflow bus sign questions super easily. It makes perfect sense, says somebody. That's brilliant. That's brilliant. And if I've helped you, then please, you know this course has helped. What I don't want, if this live is good enough for you to help you, then that's brilliant. If you have failed, if you want to know to pass first attempt, if you're struggling, if you have dyslexia or some other thing that helps you not learn easily, that affects your learning, then please consider signing up for this course to help you even more. Because 47% pass rate is too low. 53% of people fail their theory test, and that's way too high. People are failing because of all kinds of reasons. Why do you think people are failing their theory test? Why do you think people are failing their theory test? Can you explain the new hierarchy rules, please? I think that everybody, I think you can actually understand the new hierarchy rules. Just think about pedestrians are the most are up there, then cyclists and motorcyclists, and then vehicles. Okay, so yeah, not prepared enough. Fear, not knowing the knowledge, just doing the questions, just doing mock tests and not learning first of all. What's the point in trying to answer a question about contraflows if you don't even know what a contraflow is? Does that make sense? You try to answer questions about contraflows, but you don't think, actually, what is a contraflow? Yeah, so you need to learn what things are. Anxiety, different set of questions during each attempt. Well, there should be, because it's a test. If you understand contraflows, it wouldn't matter how they asked you about contraflows, you would always be able to answer the questions. People are trying to memorise answers and not learn. There's people have a language difficulty, absolutely. You feel dizzy and panicking. That's how people feel. I know. But if you had the knowledge, you wouldn't. You go to your test feeling confident. Because failing is frustrating. It's a waste of your money, and you can't book your driving test until you've passed your theory test. Who's in the situation where your driving test ready, but you can't even book it because you can't pass your theory test? No learning, just memorise. And that's what people are trying to do. They're trying to memorise. And that is, in some ways, that's not your fault. It's because there's not much out there. I've got this course. I've had the idea about this course for many, many years. And I've managed to put it together and put it online for you. But there isn't much else out there to help you, is there? So people don't know that courses and stuff exists. I don't think you could be driving test ready without knowing your theory. Well, people are, aren't they? People fluke a test. They don't know anything. I know somebody that passed the theory test and then tried to turn the wrong way up a street. And he said, well, there's an arrow painted on the road to tell me to go that way. And it wasn't an arrow painted on the road, unfortunately. So that's why I want people to have better theory knowledge. I don't want you to scrape a pass. I want you to have good theory, good knowledge of the rules of the road. You know, when you turn into a new road and there's an arrow painted on the road for the people that are coming to the end of the road. This person thought it was an arrow telling him to turn that way, and he'd passed his theory. Awful. What I want to do is make sure you don't make that kind of mistake. I want to teach you to pass your theory test. I've created a theory test course to help loads of people all around the country to pass. I've put together worksheets, video tutorials. Thank you, Papa. Okay, princess. I put together facts lists, audio, official questions from the DVSA, case studies. This started at 9 and I start at 9 in the mornings. I put together anxiety techniques and so much more so that you will be 100% prepared to pass. Thank you, Laura. It's had more than 5,000 passes so far, and it's only the price of one single 1 hour driving lesson. Driving lessons are about £30 to £40. How much do you pay? What are your driving lessons? They're generally between £30 and £40, but they go up to about £60 an hour. And I'm only charging the price of one lesson for the whole course that you have for the rest of your life. 30, 28, 23. I don't think you pay 23. I charged more than 23 when I first started being a driving instructor many years ago. 30, yeah, that's about right. Cool. So if you pay 30, it's just a little bit more for my course, isn't it? It's like a 1 hour and 10-minute driving lesson or something like that. Okay, 20 as you learn with your cousin. That doesn't count, does it? Cool, awesome. Keep putting your comments in. Let me show you what's in the theory test course and how you'll go through it to guarantee you're 100% test ready. Go to the introduction first, so you've got a really good understanding of what's expected in the theory test and how to go through the course. There are 14 different theory test topics. Let me show you what's in the accidents topic. You can download and print off a worksheet to fill in if you want to. You can fill it in while you're watching the video tutorials. Then you can listen to a fact list before you go and have a go at all of the official DVSA practice questions for that topic. When you've got all of the questions correct, have a go at the mock test for that topic. And when you get 10 out of 10 in the mock test, move on to the next topic and go through all of the topics in the same way, so that by the time you get to the case studies and the full mock tests, you'll find answering the questions easy. I'm just giving a smiley face to Turkish Delight, is it? Can I do this course on my phone? Yes, you can. Yes, it's an online course, so you can do it on your phone, you can do it on your iPad, you can do it on your computer, your desktop, your laptop, so you can do it on any device. How long does it take to complete it? Most people take between 2 and 6 weeks. Many people do it over a week though, so entirely up to you what time you've got. Unless you've got some kind of learning difficulty, Caval, you use your phone, do you? How do you do it, guys? Let me know. Caval095 says my phone. I forgot what I was saying now. It's gone out my head. So yeah, it's all online. You can do it. Some people do it over a few days. Oh, I was going to say, don't take longer than 3 months if you can help it. That makes sense. Unless you've got some kind of difficulty where it means it takes you a long time to learn, then try not to spend more than 3 months unless you have some learning difficulty. Is that what I was saying? Thank you. If you suffer from anxiety, then I have put techniques. I'm an NLP master practitioner. I'm a master practitioner of hypnosis. There are techniques in the course to help you get rid of anxiety, so you can go to your test feeling calm and confident. There are techniques to help you score well in your hazard perception test as well. I'm going to be covering clutch and gears. Whoever struggles with clutch and gears questions whoever struggled with clutch and gears questions in their theory, let me know. Put a yes or a no if you ever struggle with clutch and gears questions. Through your phone, it's easier, is it? Can you explain, look over your shoulder for a final check? When you're going to do a U-turn, that means you're going to take your car. Let's see if I can get this here. When you're going to do a U-turn, that means you're here. Yeah, you're here, and you're going to turn all the way around to face the opposite direction. And before you do that, you want to know that there's nobody going to drive past you, because if there is, you're going to hit them, okay, potentially. So before you do that, you must just have a check. It's the final thing you should do before you start to steer, is look over your shoulder. That's all that means. It's as simple as that. Yeah, lots of people saying I do struggle with clutch and gears questions. If you sign up for my course, it's all in my course there. Your free bonuses you'll get are worth $34.95. Does the content of your course on your lives, and do you repeat the topics covered in your live? It's completely different in my live. My live, for my course, you might get a tutorial that says, this is the traffic light sequence. Red, red and amber, green, amber, red. And that's pretty much it. So you can watch that again and again and again. In the live lesson, I'll go through it again and again with you, because I'm talking to hundreds of people at the same time. So in my course, you might want to watch the videos. They last up to about 2 or 3 minutes. You want to watch them again and again if you need to. So the short video tutorials, not this chattiness that goes on here that takes 3 hours. You use the course. You only pay once. You can use it for as long as you need it. And you will very quickly see and hear how you're going to pass. Say awesome. I go live every weekday morning and maybe some evenings. Carla May Smith said, I passed my theory 6th time after buying your course. Thank you so much. Fox Paper Scissors says, I passed my theory test yesterday after a failed 13 attempts. Don't think because you failed 1, 2, 3, 5, 10 times that you can't pass it. I've helped people who have passed it 20 times. I think I've been answering questions as I've been going along, haven't I? If you failed yesterday, this course will help you to pass next time. I promise you. It's only $34.99. It's only the price. It's not enough to watch your lives and pass the theory. Soulful, I don't know. I don't know you. It might be enough for some people not to see my lives at all. Most people haven't seen my lives, have they, in the country? I can't tell you what's enough for you. But if you want to have everything that you need for all 14 theory test topics, that's in my course. If you want just bits and pieces, then that's in my lives. The course is as long as you want to take it. Oh, come on, I can't give you a time, but everything you need is in that course. Don't forget to subscribe to me. You can do that by, yes, Sharon, don't forget to subscribe to me. I am, click on the link to subscribe to my YouTube channel. And follow me on TikTok, guys. My name's Annie. I am an ADI and I'm an audit trainer. I help people. I'm a theory test expert as well. And I have, I'm a theory test expert. I'm here to make theory easy for you. I've been awarded Most Innovative Driving School for my course. I've been awarded Superior Achievement and Excellence for my driving school. Nobody has been on my course, done the whole course and failed it. That's never happened, because you wouldn't get to the end of the course. You'd be skipping bits. That's what some people do. They will skip bits, or they'll just go to the mock test and then they'll tell me that they failed. If you do the whole course, and I can go and see what people do, but nobody has ever failed by going through the whole course. That's never happened. One of the final steps is, if you can't do this, you must contact me and I will give you extra help. That's a part of the course. So if you're struggling, you wouldn't go for your test. Thank you, user121. From an experienced driver, it's worth doing as many courses as possible. MXO, that's awesome. Thank you for investing in yourself. Go through it all the way through and you will pass. You're guaranteed to have the most updated questions. The brand new questions that are in the theory test are in a separate section saying new questions, and they're also in the topics. Okay, so there's vulnerable road users questions and motorway questions as well. Just go on and do 10 or 15 minutes 2 or 3 times a day. Don't think you've got to do masses and masses and masses unless your theory test is very soon. This is a comment from somebody who sent this very, very recently. Hello, just wanted to say thank you for creating your theory test course. My fiance is dyslexic and just passed today after using your course. Would highly recommend to anyone who's struggling to pass their theory test. Isn't that awesome? Let's go through Clever Clutch. First of all, we'll start with a question. What will happen if you hold the clutch pedal down or roll in neutral for too long? It will use more fuel. It will cause the engine to overheat. It will reduce your control. It will improve tyre wear. Do you know what the correct answer here is? Pop your answer into the comments and then I will help you. I'll give you an explanation. Maybe it's something your driving instructor's already told you. If you don't know, please put IDK, so I know you don't know. If everybody knows it, then I don't need to be covering it. Cool. Let's talk about the clutch. Can anybody tell me, put a yes in the comments, if your driving instructor has explained to you what happens when you put the clutch pedal down? Has your driving instructor explained it to you? Let me know, because you'll have a good idea of what I'm talking about here and be able to answer the question. This is what I explain in lesson 1, the very first lesson. Then learners will get this explanation from me. Automatic, then they wouldn't have done, which won't help you with these questions. You know it's C, but you don't understand why. Okay, well, ask your instructor to share this information with you if they haven't already. Okay, so this is a diagram showing you, Shapner, you can do it. This is a diagram showing you the engine, the wheels of a car, and the clutch plates. Okay, the clutch plates are attached to the clutch pedal. Okay, so the engine, you can see here the engine, the clutch plates, I've done them in green and red so you can see them easily, and the wheels of the car. Can you see that? Put a yes if you can see that. I want to make sure you're looking at the same thing as I'm looking at to help you properly understand. Because when you understand, and it is simple, when you understand, you can answer these questions really, really easily, and you can drive much safer. You're much less likely to stall or judder along when you understand this. This is why I explain it in lesson 1. Fantastic. Now, here you can see when the clutch pedal is all the way up, the clutch plates are together, and that means the engine and the wheels are attached. Okay, they're connected. The blue one attached to the engine, when the engine's turned on, it's spinning. The red one attached to the wheels is not spinning. Okay, when the clutch plates are together, the blue one's making them both spin. The blue one is giving power to the engine. Does that make sense? Put the letter P for power, if that makes some sense to you. When the clutch pedal is all the way up and you're driving along, the clutch plates are together and the engine is giving power to the wheels. Yeah, awesome. Awesome. When do you put the clutch pedal down? Can anybody answer me this question? When do you put the clutch pedal down? Parbin Athkar. Yay! Awesome. When do you put the clutch pedal? To change gear. Fantastic. You put the clutch pedal down to change gear. You do not put the clutch pedal down to brake. So make sure you're not doing that. It's not to brake. That's what people do. That's why people are making a mistake. What pedal is the only pedal you need to slow down? There's only one pedal you need to slow down. You can just come off the gas pedal, of course, but which pedal would you use? The brake pedal, okay? So I know why you make that mistake. Oh, thousands of people make that mistake, so don't worry about it. That's why I'm talking about it. So you put the clutch pedal down to change gear, and you put the clutch pedal down just before you stop, just before the car comes to a stop, otherwise you'd stall. When you put the clutch pedal down, look at this picture now, the clutch plates are separate, so the engine is not attached to the wheels. So the clutch pedal goes down, the clutch plates are separate. When the clutch pedal comes up, the clutch plates are coming together. When the clutch plates are just about touching, that's when you're at biting point. Okay, that's when you're at biting point. You would not stall, and you need to put the clutch pedal down just before you stop the car, not when you're braking. You would not stall until you got very, very slow. Okay, so clutch pedal goes down just before you stop. Now, people are making the mistake of putting the clutch pedal down when they're braking, or putting it down too early when they're going to change gear. And that means that the car's moving and the engine and the wheels aren't connected. Does that make sense? Put a big E for engine if that makes sense to you. If you put the clutch pedal down too early to change gear, or you put the clutch pedal down just because you're braking, you're driving along, you're moving along with no power to the wheels. And that means you haven't got control of the car. The car's just moving. Just like if I got this car here and pushed it, it would move, but there's no power going to the wheels. That's what you're doing with your car. And that's called coasting. A small E. Kira, don't worry about that. Ask your driving instructor or watch this lesson again or talk to parents, family. But you starting to get it. That's all that matters, okay? So clutch pedal down too early, clutch pedal down for too long equals coasting. Your engine and your wheels are not connected. Look at the picture. Your engine on your wheels, there's a gap. They're not connected. That's dangerous. So if you're going downhill and your engine and your wheels aren't connected, you have nothing. You have no engine braking. Engine braking is when everything, all the bits of your engine are rubbing together, and that would help to control your speed. You've got none of that. So what would happen if you were going downhill? What would happen to the speed of the car if you had your clutch pedal down and you were going downhill? It might be that you need to go and practice this with your instructor. That's what I do with my learners. It would increase, it would get faster and faster and faster. Okay, I do it with my learners. We go somewhere safe and we're going downhill. I said, now just put your clutch pedal down, and the car goes woo, and they go, whoa, didn't like that. I said, exactly. Your car will speed up when you're going downhill if you put the clutch pedal down. If you're going uphill and you've got no power to your wheels, what would happen to the speed of your car, and what would eventually happen to your car? If you coast, the car speeds up if you're going downhill, yes. If there's no power going to your wheels and you're going uphill, Ashley's girlfriend, you'd slow down. You'd slow down and then go backwards, says Astria and Rosie. Yeah, you would. Eventually you'd roll backwards. So does that make any, even a little bit of sense to some people? Like Jack and Jill back down the hill. I like it. So if you put when you put your clutch pedal down, the clutch plates are separate. When you bring the clutch pedal back up, you're bringing back two metal plates, one that's spinning, one that isn't. And that's why you need to bring them back up gently so they can join together. Then the power is going to the engine. Does that make some sense to people? Let's come back to the question. What will happen if you hold the clutch pedal down or roll in neutral for too long? Based on what I've just said, will you use more fuel? Will your engine overheat? Will it reduce your control? Or will it improve your tyre wear? Is it A, B, C or D? Don't worry if you don't really get it, so you can explain it. Just have an idea of what it means. Yeah, it will reduce your control. Well done. You will have much less control over your car when your clutch pedal's down, because when your clutch pedal goes down, your clutch plates are separate and your engine and your wheels therefore are not connected. Yay. Let's do another one. Why is it bad technique? Typical theory test questions. Why is it bad technique to coast while you're driving downhill? The fuel consumption will increase. The engine will overheat. The tyres will wear out more quickly. The vehicle will gain speed more quickly. Brilliant. The vehicle will gain speed more quickly because your engine and your wheels aren't connected. You haven't got any friction, and it's called engine braking. Cool. That's clever clutch. Shall we go through some gears questions? If you want to know about one-on-one, then you need to go to these people here. Okay, so just screenshot right now. Cool. If you're stuck on a few questions, then it's worth signing up for my course. You don't want to spend £23 and go and fail it and have to spend another £23. Just sign up for my course and you won't have to do that. And you have much better theory knowledge, much better driving knowledge. My name is Annie. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for staying with me. I've been live for 2 hours. I've got another couple of lessons to come. I've got gears now, and then I've got my traffic light technique to help you remember the colours of the motorway studs super easily. Excuse me. I'm an ADI, that means I'm an approved driving instructor. I'm also an audit trainer. I'm on the official register for driving instructor trainers, and I'm a theory test expert. I'm here making theory easy for you. Have I helped with my clutch lesson? Do you now understand that when you put the clutch pedal down, the engine and the wheels aren't connected? Just put a yes if you now understand that, because that's going to help you with your driving. It's going to help you to be safer. It's going to help you think, well, actually, when I'm bringing the clutch pedal up, I don't want to bring it up quickly because I'm bringing two big metal plates, one that's spinning and one that's not spinning together. You need to bring them back up gently and let them come back together slowly. So you understand that. That's awesome. I've created Theory Test course and it's only $34.99. You will be prepared to pass 100% when you go through the course. Stop making me laugh, T Prime. I'll just scroll back for your comments and I nearly sang it out loud. Okay, so let's go through gears to go. Now, I want you to tell yourself that these gears are easy. Don't overthink. Don't think too much. There's a couple of things you need to know about gears that I'm going to explain now. And if you don't fully understand, just accept what I'm telling you. Okay, so just tell yourself this, double tap the screen to tell me that you're going to tell yourself, actually, it's easy. I don't need to know too much. My driving instructor and practicing in a car will help me loads, but the stuff that Annie's going to teach me right now will help me to answer theory test questions. So keep double tapping the screen. Let me know. Let me get up to 150,000 likes. That'd be really brilliant. So start with a question as always. And if you don't know, please put IDK for I don't know. I do these lessons every morning, 9 till 12. And the evenings I'll come on and practice some questions. And I plan to come on at 6:30 tonight to go over some questions with you. You're about to go down a steep hill. What should you do to control the speed of your vehicle? Select a low gear and use the brakes carefully. Select a low gear and avoid using the brakes. Select a high gear and use the brakes carefully. Select a high gear and use the brakes firmly. So you need to know. Put the answers in and put IDK if you don't know, please. Okay, so you need to know about gears and what gear is best for what situation. So, because you need to know whether you select a low gear or a high gear. So you know, use the brakes carefully, but do you select a low gear or a high gear? Let me go through it with you. Which gear do you normally use for moving away forwards? You're going to drive away. Which gear would you normally use? You don't have to, but certainly as you start learning to drive, you will definitely use this gear. Which one is it? Is it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or R for reverse? Which one is it? You know it, it's first gear. Why do you use first gear to move a car? I can help 99 Venus, you have to DM me. Why do you use Lawan? Yeah, it's brilliant. Some brilliant answers coming in. Don't worry if you don't know, because I'm going to help you. Yeah, okay, so first gear has loads of power. Let me show you. Gears control the amount of power available to your engine. More torque, yeah, Roger. Okay, so gears control how much power. First gear has the most power. You can't go very fast, the least potential for speed. You can't go very fast in first gear, but it has the most power. Do you think you need a lot of power to get a car moving? Let's just say you've got a car, a big heavy lump of metal, and you've got 4 people in the car. So it's really, really, really heavy. You need loads of power to just start it moving. Imagine if you were pushing a car. Imagine you were behind a car and you were going to push it. You would need to have loads of power just to start the car moving, loads of muscle power. Okay, so therefore low gears, gear 1 has loads of muscle power, loads of power. You can't go very fast in gear 1, but it has a lot of power. Does put a P for power, if that makes sense. If you try to move a car in gear 4, what would happen? Because gear 4 has speed, but it doesn't have power. What would happen if you try to move away in gear 4? Loads of people putting P's in. That's awesome to see. Zena Davis, you would stall because there isn't the power there. Okay, so lower gears have power. Remember that. It's really important to remember that low gears have the power. You know that because gear 1 gets you moving. High gears have more speed. Remember that. So 5th gear, you can go anything from 40 miles per hour up to 70 miles per hour in 5th gear. 5th gear could go even faster if you were allowed to go faster. 5th gear could go 80, 90, 100 miles per hour. There is loads of speed in 5th gear, but not much power. If you try to move away in 5th gear, you would stall. Let's also, so does that make sense? Put a comment, put a yes in if that makes sense. Vicky Thompson, awesome. Thank you for all your help, Annie. I passed first time this morning. That makes me happy. Thanks for popping on and letting me know. Brilliant. Brilliant. So just to recap, low gears have more power. You know that because you need a lot of power to get the car moving. High gears have more speed. You know that because when you go into 5th gear, you'll be going quite fast. Then you've got something called engine braking. You can slow a car down by just coming off the gas pedal. Take your foot off the gas pedal, the car will gradually slow down. And this is if you have your clutch pedal up. Remember, clutch pedal has to be up. This is because the friction, which means things rubbing together in the engine, the car will just slow down gradually. Okay, so that's called engine braking. You can get more engine braking by going into the lower gears because the lower gears don't have a lot of speed. So no gas, lower gear equals engine braking. So what should you do when you're driving up a steep hill and you need power? Do you go into a higher gear or a lower gear? They're always, these lives this week will be in my YouTube channel. Click on this link I've just pinned to subscribe to me. When you're going up a steep hill, do you go into a higher gear or a lower gear? Do you need speed or do you need power to pull you up the hill? You go into a lower gear. Fantastic. You see what I mean? That's going to help you answer. Even if you don't understand absolutely everything I've said, you now know that if you want to go up a steep hill, you need power to pull yourself up the hill. So it's a lower gear. Brilliant. When you're driving behind something that's going really slow and you want to speed up and get past them really quickly? Do you go into a lower gear for power, or do you go into a higher gear for speed? Have a think about this one. Really, really think about it. Do you need to pick up speed really quickly, and do you need the power to do that? You need the power to pick up speed really quickly. So what would be the lower gear or higher gear? Okay, so let's just go through that again, because lots of you are putting the wrong answer here. You're not already going fast. You need power to pick up speed really quickly. You need power. Which one of those would give you power? Keep putting the answers. I want to see what people are. I want to make sure most people are getting it right. Yeah, it's a lower gear. You go into a lower gear, overtake, and then go into a higher gear once you've got to your speed. Okay, so if you need, it's so important this, because if you're overtaking a tractor, if you go into a higher gear, the car would judder along. That's be dangerous. You go into a lower gear because you need power to speed up first. Does that make sense? Let me know. Let me know. You need to pick up speed really quickly. Lower gear will help you to do that. Yeah, awesome. So you go into a lower gear. Lower gear has more power to help you pick up speed, and then you go into a higher gear when you've got the speed. You're about to go down a steep hill. Awesome. It's awesome. It makes sense. Brilliant. Keep double tapping. Let me get to 150,000. That'd be brilliant. Use a higher gear when you're going faster, when you are driving along at a faster speed, at a steady, fast speed, then you use the higher gears. If you're trying to speed up quickly, lower gear. Okay. You're about to go down a steep hill. What should you do to control the speed of your vehicle? Remember, I talked about engine braking and friction. So going down a hill, do you select a low gear and use the brakes carefully? Select a low gear and avoid using the brakes. Select a high gear and use the brakes carefully. Select a high gear and use the brakes firmly. So you know it's brakes carefully. You know that. Is it A, a low gear, or B, C, a high gear? You know it, don't you? Brilliant. It's a low gear. It's a low gear. Brilliant. Cool. Now this is a different one. So what I've just explained to you, what I've just said is, if you're going up a hill, just answer me these questions, by the way, answer me these questions. If you were going up a hill, a steep hill, would it be lower gear or higher gear? Just what L or H. To go up a steep hill, is it lower or higher gear to help pull you up the hill? Good luck, Izzy. If you're going up a steep hill, you'd need lots of power. What do you need? Lower for power. Brilliant. If you're going up a steep hill, it's a lower gear. If you're going down a steep hill, it's a lower gear as well. If you need to overtake quickly and you need power, is it a lower or higher gear? Is a lower gear. Okay, so lower gear uphill, lower gear downhill, lower gear to pick up speed quickly. Okay, lower, lower, lower. Now let's talk about ice. How can you avoid wheel spin when you're driving on an icy road? Drive at a slow speed and use as high a gear as possible. Use the parking brake if the wheels start to slip. Thank you, Lynn. Brake gently and repeatedly. Drive in a low gear at all times. Just have a think about this. For those of you who are understanding gears now, have a think. Do you want a lot of power when you're driving on ice? Do you want a lot of power? about it. Would you, Claire, Helen, awesome. Have a think about it. If you were walking on ice and you wanted to get somewhere quickly, would you give your legs a lot of power and start running? Do you want power when you're driving on ice? Nope, says Gossam Pure. What would happen if you give your legs, talk about walking here, what would happen if you gave your legs a lot of power while you were walking on ice? What would probably happen? If you suddenly gave your legs a lot of power and started to run, you would probably slip. You'd slip over, absolutely. What would happen if you gave your car a lot of power when it's on ice? What would happen if you gave your car a lot of power if you're driving on ice? The wheels would spin. Brilliant, Emma, Lawan, awesome, Zara, Miss Moss, brilliant. Yeah, so you don't want to give your car a lot of power on ice. So the answer to that one is driving a slow speed in as higher gear as possible. On ice, it's a higher gear as possible. Does that make sense? So that might mean you're driving in gear 2 instead of gear 1. When I moved off on an icy road a few months ago, I started moving in gear 2 so that my wheels wouldn't spin. I didn't give quite as much power to my engine, and I was really, really careful with my clutch, okay? Are you rush hour? Where would you drive in a higher gear? Why would you drive? You know why you drive in a higher gear, guys. Why would you drive in a higher gear? Just when you're driving along at a higher speed. I'm talking about going uphill, going downhill, speeding up quickly, or driving on ice. Driving generally at a higher speed, then it'd be in a higher gear. Good question. I'll make sure I add that slide. When I next work on my slides, I will work on that, adding that slide. So on ice, don't give yourself a lot of power because you'll fall, you'll slip, you'll skid. That's my brakes to go. So I've covered clutch and I've covered gears there for you, and they should help you to... I remember somebody said to me after they started driving, just passed the driving test. Oh, my little car, I love my car. But you know, when I'm driving up that hill towards Shaftesbury, my car's really, really sluggish. It's just not getting up the hill really easily. I thought my car's quite nippy. But when I'm going up that hill towards Shaftesbury, which is in Dorset, my car's really sluggish. What did this person forget? What did this person need to do as they got to the bottom of the hill? Anybody put the answer in there? Thank you, Melat. Lawan, they needed to go into a lower gear. Drop a gear, Sharon. Yeah, this person forgot to drop a gear. So even though they were still going 30 miles per hour, 35 miles per hour, the car got slower and more and more sluggish. Like, come on, car, you can do it. Lower gear, give you the power to get up. Plus gas, shanty pants, obviously. Yeah, brilliant. There's the pass rate. I want to change the pass rate. I'm on a mission this year to help thousands and thousands and thousands of people to pass. I'm already doing that. Been doing that the last couple of years. Boost the power by going lower gear. Awesome, yeah. And I want to help you to have a better understanding. I want to change this pass rate of 47%, 53% fail rate. I want to change it. People are failing the theory test for all kinds of reasons. They're failing because, how often do I do these lives? Every morning, 9 till 12, weekdays, and sometimes in the evenings at 6:30. Now you get gears. Oh my gosh, I absolutely awesome. That makes my day to have comments like that. Brilliant. Practice it when you're going out driving. Practice going into a lower gear to speed up, to pick up speed, or when you're going up a hill. People are failing the theory test because they don't have that understanding. What they're trying to do is answer questions and even get the questions right in the theory test, but they're not actually understanding the question. What's the point in trying to answer a question and memorise answers if you don't understand the question? And then failing becomes embarrassing and frustrating. Failing is a waste of time. It's definitely a waste of your money. And you can't book your driving test. Bruce, my course is not like my lives. It's different, because in my course you can listen to the tutorial again and again and again. But I know that Dawn Plum says 100% get the course, because you watch a short tutorial, you can watch it again and again and again. I want to teach you to pass your theory test. I've created theory test course so I can do that. I do these lives that are free content for you, so I can do that. I will post this week's lives onto my YouTube account, so click on the link below to subscribe, so I can do that. I can make theory easy for you. But I put together a course with worksheets, tutorials, fact lists, all of the official questions, case studies, anxiety techniques, and much more, so that you're 100% prepared to pass. It's had way more than 5,000 passes so far, and it's only costs the price of one single 1 hour driving lesson. There is no time limit for this course. You can have it for as long as you want to. You can have it forever if you want to. If you're scoring 37, you really need to do something different next time. You can do this course, you could have a one-to-one, you could read the books, you could ask your driving instructor for help, but do something different, because you're not almost there. You need some more understanding. How much is the course for ADI? At the moment, it's the same price, because it's not quite ready. So you would have the same package plus the ADI questions. My ADI course is not ready, so what I would give you is this course, my hazard perception course, and access to all of the practice questions, and that's how people are passing at the moment. ADIs are passing at the moment. Let me show you what's in the theory test course and how you'll go through it to guarantee you're 100% test ready. Go to the introduction first, so you've got a really good understanding of what's expected in the theory test and how to go through the course. There are 14 different theory test topics. Let me show you what's in the accidents topic. You can download and print off a worksheet to fill in if you want to. You can fill it in while you're watching the video tutorials. Then you can listen to a fact list before you go and have a go at all of the official DVSA practice questions for that topic. When you've got all of the questions correct, have a go at the mock test for that topic. And when you get 10 out of 10 in the mock test, move on to the next topic and go through all of the topics in the same way, so that by the time you get to the case studies and the full mock tests, you'll find answering the questions easy. If you are someone that suffers from, thank you Saruk, suffers from anxiety, then I understand. I became an NLP master practitioner so I can help you. I can help you get rid of that anxiety, and I put techniques in the course to help you go to your test feeling calm, feeling confident. If you need more than a couple of techniques in my course, if you click on the link below, you'll see there's a whole test anxiety course that's been created especially for theory and especially for learner drivers. There are techniques in the course to help you score well in your hazard perception test. And there are techniques to help you answer any multiple choice question. Who struggles to remember the colours of the motorway studs? Put me in the comments if you do, because that's my next lesson. So stay with me. Super excited because I'm sharing my favourite lesson with you in a minute. So stay with me, but put a me in the comments if you're one of the people that struggle, because I'm going to help you to remember them super easily. My course is pinned there for you. So it's got a pinned link that looks like that, but that gold link there is always on the bottom left of your screen, so you can always have a look at it. So techniques to answer any multiple choice question there in my course. The free bonus you get if you sign up while I'm live, you're going to get my hazard perception course that's worth $9.99, absolutely free. You're going to get my hypnosis course that's worth $14.99, absolutely free. You're going to get 2 free ebooks, top 10 reasons for failure, top 20 hardest theory test questions. That is, if you sign up while I'm live, bonuses worth $34.95. You only pay once. You don't pay again, so don't worry if you don't start using it straight away, or you decide, actually, I'm not going to do my theory test yet. The course will be there waiting for you. I recommend you don't take any longer than 3 months. Somebody got in touch with me last night, said my test is September. I'll start the course now. So I would start it. I would keep watching these lives until 2 or 3 months beforehand, or 6 weeks beforehand, because you don't want to forget information you've already learnt. I did know somebody who took a year to go through my course, and he failed because he'd forgotten what he'd originally learned. So try not to take too long. But as soon as you sign up, you'll get an email. Make sure you put the correct email address in. The email will take you to Test Buddy website. Log in and you'll see my courses, you'll see theory test course, you'll see you've also got hypnosis course, you've also got hazard perception course. Start with theory test course, start at the very beginning. It's a really good place to start. So don't get in touch saying, oh, I've done this and I've done that. Start from the beginning if you've got time to do that. I'll just read a couple of comments. Nosheen, maybe you need to hear it again, okay? Hear it again. I'll do it again in a minute. Tracy Cunningham, 12. My daughter passed her theory after going through this course. Anne-Marie is amazing. Tank Girl Kes, I'm loving the course. It's so helpful. Passed yesterday. Used so many of your techniques. Thank you very much. Passed after failed 13 attempts. And through your course, I passed. I've helped people that have passed, that have failed more than 20 times. So if you failed 2 or 3 times, 3 or 4 times, 6 or 7 times, 10 or 12 times, this course will help you. You just need to do something different. And you're only going to pay the price of one single 1-hour driving lesson. Don't forget to subscribe to me. Do that by clicking on the link below. Subscribe to my YouTube account. Don't forget to follow me on TikTok as well. My name is Annie. Who has seen or who hasn't seen my traffic light technique to help you remember the colours of the motorway studs? Have you seen it or not? I'm going to share it with you now. I want to know how many people have seen it and how many people haven't seen it. The course is valid forever. Not yet. I have. Yes. No. 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 Yes. Me, I love it. Not me. I've got my test tomorrow. Sophie, have you seen it? You have no. So a fair few people have seen it, but some of you haven't seen it. So let's go through it again. You've forgotten it? How you can't? Rosie, I bet you haven't forgotten it. I bet you haven't, okay? You just haven't looked into it, okay? Thank you to Purchase, really hope I pass. Wall Street, that's awesome. I'm going to explain it again to you now. Let me just tell you who I am. My name is Annie. I'm an ADI. That means I'm a driving instructor. I'm an audit instructor trainer. I'm a theory test expert. I'm here making theory easy for you. I've created a course that takes you step by step through passing your theory test, and this course you're guaranteed to have the most updated questions. I've won awards for the course. I've been awarded the most innovative driving school. Really proud of that. My driving school has been awarded superior achievement and excellence. And I'm proud of those awards, and I'm proud of the fact that the DVSA have looked at my courses. But I'm more proud when I get comments like this one that says, I wanted to say thank you. My daughter has ADHD and dyslexia. She passed her theory today on her 6th attempt. All thanks to your classes. My daughter bought your course and watched your TikToks. They made all the difference and really helped. She's over the moon. She's passed. Thank you. That is just everything to me. It really is. That is absolutely awesome. And I want that to be you. If you're struggling, I want you to really consider investing in yourself, because it's only cost the price of one single 1-hour driving lesson. Or keep watching these lives if this is enough help for you. Okay? Keep watching them. I'm going to go through my traffic light technique now. And when I go through this, you will remember forever. You will. I bet you get it right now as I'm going through it. It's to help you remember the colours of the motorway studs. Now, some people say, hang on, Annie, what are you talking about? What are motorway studs? And Kira Walker, best technique ever, thank you. What are motorway studs? Because if you're not even from this country, you might not even know what the heck are motorway studs. Who can help? Put some comments in. Who can help? What are motorway studs? Oh, Cat Forbidden Destiny, awesome. Anybody else? This is one of the techniques. My course has got about 90 tutorials. This is one of them. Okay, so yeah, cat's eyes. Some people, or lots of people, call motorway studs cat's eyes. You know, I've just said I passed, but I keep coming back to watch Jack Davey. Awesome. Some people call motorway studs cat's eyes because when lights shine on to cat's eyes, they really shine up bright. Have you ever noticed that? Motorway studs, when your car lights shine on them, they shine up really, really bright so you can see different colours between each lanes. So when you're driving in bad weather, you're driving in the dark, those different colours shine up when your lights shine onto them and you know where you are, you know which lane you're in. Let's start with a question. What colour are the motorway studs between lane 1 and the hard shoulder? I want all 300 people to put a comment in now, please. Put red, put A, B, C or D or I, D, K if you don't know. A, B, C or D or I, D, K if you don't know. What colour are the studs between lane 1 and the hard shoulder? Doesn't matter if you don't know it. I just want to, at this first question, I'm just trying to find out how many people don't know and if everybody does know. That's all I'm trying to find out. I'm trying to find out people that are going to put question marks, which is brilliant, or people who put IDK. I need to know what to teach you, and I don't know what to teach you if only the people that know the answer puts the answer in. Who's just passed the test? Liv, that's awesome. Congratulations, and thank you for popping on and letting me know. Okay, so I'm going to teach you what I have, a technique that I have created. I've sat for hours creating this, but at the end, it's super easy. Isn't that what good techniques are? It takes a long time to create and then super easy to demonstrate. And that's what this technique is. And I'm really, really proud of it. First of all, I've got some simple questions to go through with you. You know the answers. It's just going to help it go into your unconscious mind. Okay, so question 1. What does it mean if the red traffic light shows? Pop your answer in. What does it mean if the red traffic light shows? Keep putting your answers in. I want lots and lots and lots of people to put an answer in. I love all the red spots. Yeah, red means stop and wait. Fantastic. Red means stop and wait. What does it mean if the green traffic light shows? What I want you to say is say these words out loud as well as type them in. Say them out loud. What does it mean if the green traffic light shows? Just say to yourself, green means, say it out loud. Brilliant. Mohammed, good. Lynn, fantastic. Fika, kickboxer, is that? Awesome. Green means go if it's safe. What does it mean if the amber traffic light shows? Either red and amber or amber on its own. What does that mean? They both mean the same thing. What does amber traffic light mean? Okay, so amber either means A, stop and wait, or B, go if it's safe. It doesn't mean get ready or prepare. Okay, so what do you think? Does it mean A, stop and wait? Is that what I said? Or B, go if it's safe? Does it mean go or stop? Which one of those? It's only one of the two of them is as official. So although you can prepare to go if it's on red and amber, it doesn't mean go, it means stop and wait, Makis. Awesome. Okay, so please remember that, because so many people get it wrong every single day, and I want to tell hundreds of people. So amber means stop and wait. Brilliant. Now you need to know which colours of studs are between each lane, and I've drawn them in this picture above my head as lines so that you can easily see them. But the first thing I want you to do, the first thing that's really super important, is that you realise there are 4 colours. Just tell yourself, oh my goodness, there's 4 colours. Of course I can learn them. Of course you can. I could go into a school with very young children, couldn't I, and teach them where 4 colours are. Well, you haven't tried to learn the colours. You have tried to answer theory test questions and memorise the answers rather than try and learn where each colour is. Otherwise, you'd never get mixed up. It's super easy. There's 4 colours, isn't there, for Bud and Destiny? Yeah, 4 colours. That's all. Who agrees that it should be super easy to learn 4 colours? And you are going to learn 4 colours because I'm here helping you. Who agrees with that? Put some yeses in the comments, because it's so important to tell yourself it's going to be easy, because if you tell yourself it's going to be hard, then you won't be able to do it. Okay? Tell yourself it's easy. Be positive. Cool. Let's go through these 4 colours. Super easy in my traffic light technique. So first question is, where do you go if you're breaking down and you need to stop a car? So you're on a motorway, you're breaking down. Where do you go if you need to stop? If you don't know, don't worry. Look at other people's answers coming in. There's an extra lane on the left that you don't normally drive in, and it's a lane to go into if you're in an emergency. Okay, what's it called? Loads of people are absolutely correct. Brilliant, guys. It's called the hard shoulder. So you've said that we use the hard shoulder if you're breaking down and you need to stop and wait for help. Which colour means stop and wait? Red means stop and wait. You go in the hard shoulder if you need to stop and wait. So what colour studs do you think are next to the hard shoulder? I want 400 people to put a comment in now. It's taken me ages to prepare this technique for you a couple of years ago, and I'm really proud of it, and I know you can learn. Brilliant. So as a recap, red means stop and wait. You go on the hard shoulder if you've broken down and you need to stop and wait for help. So red studs are next to the hard shoulder. Just put a yes in the comments if you now know where red studs are every single time, and you will never forget where the red studs are. Of course you will remember it. Yeah, brilliant. Brilliant. So if you're in lane 1, you will be next to the hard shoulder, and as you're driving along, there'll be red studs next to you. Fab. So that's 1 colour done. There's 4 to learn. There's only 3 left. You've done 1, and that one was easy, wasn't it? Let's do another one. What's the lane called that you use to go on and go off a motorway? So when you're driving on a motorway, you use a special lane to go off the motorway. When you're coming onto a motorway, is a special lane that you use to drive onto a motorway. What's it called, guys? Loads of great answers coming in. Keep them coming. Yeah, it's actually called a slip road. So, back to my technique. You use a slip road to go on or go off a motorway. Green means go. So what colour studs do you think must be next to the slip roads? You know it now, don't you? They must be green, absolutely. Fantastic. Put a yes in the comments if you will always know where the red and the green studs are from now on. Put a yes in the comments if you'll always know that, and keep double tapping the screen. Give me some likes, that'd be fantastic. Brilliant. If you're driving in lane 1, there'll be red studs next to you until you get to a slip road, and then there'll be green studs next to you. Does that make sense? Brilliant. No, KJ, you can always Google it while I'm talking. I can't just, I'll show you in a second, but you can always Google it. What is the centre of a motorway called? Does anybody know? So you've got traffic going up the road, traffic coming down the road, and you've got the middle bit, the centre. Anybody know what it's actually called? Thank you for the likes. Great answers coming in. Keep them coming in. Keep the likes. I'm loving them. Just under 160,000. If you don't know, don't worry. I'm going to tell you. The centre of a motorway is called the central reservation. So look at this picture. You can see the white arrow pointing to the middle bit, the centre of a motorway. You can see there's 3 lanes of traffic going up the road with a red, blue and yellow car in it. Then you've got the central reservation. Then you've got 3 lanes of traffic coming down the road. Okay, so the centre bit is called the central reservation. Back to the technique. There's 3 colours in these traffic lights. At the top we've got red, at the bottom we've got green, and the colour that's in the middle, the colour that's in the centre, is amber. So amber is in the centre. So what colour studs do you think is next to the centre of the motorway? If in my traffic lights, amber is in the centre, what colour studs do you think are next to the central reservation? Amber. Awesome. Amber studs are next to the central reservation. If you're driving in lane 3, to the right of you, you would see amber studs. And you know you can't go any further right because you'll be crashing into the central reservation. Make sense? Put a yes in the comments if you'll always know where the red, green and amber studs are from now on. Put a yes in the comments if you always know where the red, amber and green studs are from now on. Yes, awesome. Brilliant. You know it, don't you? Fab. So there's only one other colour to learn. There were 4 colours to learn. We've done red, we've done green, we've done amber. There's only one more colour to learn. What is the other colour we've got to learn? Does anybody know? I haven't covered them yet. Nosheen, I haven't covered them yet. What's the colour we've missed out on? Danielle, it's white. Gemma, it's white. Mohammed, it's white. Yes, white studs. White studs are the easy ones. White studs are just between the lanes. If there's white studs to the both sides of you, that means you're in lane 2. When you're in lane 1, you've got either red or green studs to the left of you, and you've got white studs to the right of you. When you're in lane 3, you've got amber studs to the right of you, and then white studs to the left of you. White studs are between lanes, just like on a normal road. Absolutely, Chantel. Put a yes in the comments if you'll always remember where the white studs are. Just put a yes in the comments if you'll always remember where white studs are from now on. Always. Awesome. Now we're going to come back to some questions. And what you need to do is take your time when you're answering these questions. Go through the technique that I have just explained to you. Just go through that technique in your head before you put the answers in. What colour are the motorway studs between lane 1 and the hard shoulder? What colour are the motorway studs between, thank you NK, between lane 1 and the hard shoulder? Are they red, white, amber or green? Between lane 1 and the hard shoulder. So the word hard shoulder has been mentioned. The word hard shoulder has been mentioned. So please, so have a think about what you use the hard shoulder for. Have a think, what do you use the hard shoulder for? So what colour studs are next to the hard shoulder? Brilliant. They're red. Red means stop and wait. You go on the hard shoulder if you need to stop and wait. So red studs are next to the hard shoulder. I'm recapping them all now, so people are asking me to recap. Please, I'm going to have to just block because it's really distracting. Okay, so please stop asking questions. I am recapping them right now for everybody. Okay, so I don't want to keep going backwards. So what colour are the studs between lane 1 and the hard shoulder? You go in the hard shoulder to stop and wait for help. Red means stop and wait for help. So red studs are next to the hard shoulder. Okay, does that make sense? Did you get that one right? Let me know. Did you double tap the screen if you got that one right? Cool. Next question. What colour are the motorway studs on both sides of you when you're in lane 2? Are they red, white, amber or green? So I'm not talking about hard shoulder or slip road or central reservation. So what colour are the studs then? Are they red, white, amber or green? Once you put your comment in, if you double tap the screen, send me some likes, that'd be brilliant. You know the answer. Brilliant. The studs, look at the picture there. The studs on both sides of you when you're in lane 2 are white. Fantastic. Next question. Thank you for all the likes. What colour are the motorway studs between lane 3 and the central reservations? Just think about the central reservation, which is the centre of the motorway. What colour are the studs next to the centre of the motorway? Are they red, white, amber or green? Brill. And they are amber, absolutely. Amber studs. Amber is the colour that's in the centre of my traffic lights. You've got the top red, the bottom green, in the centre is amber. The centre of the motorway is called the central reservation. So amber studs are next to the central reservation. Does that make sense? Awesome. Next question. What colour are the motorway studs next to the slip roads? Next to the slip roads. Are they red, white, amber or green? What do you use the slip road for? Take your time to answer the question. What do you use a slip road for? Keep putting your answers in. Some great answers coming in. You know the answer now. The answer is absolutely, it's green. Green studs are next to the slip road. You use a slip road to go on a motorway. You use a slip road to go off a motorway, and green means go. So the colour next to the slip road is green. Looking at this red car here, the red car has now got green line, green studs next to it, and that's to show you that there's green studs next to the slip road. How did you do? Has that technique, my traffic light technique, helped anybody? Just put a comment in, put a yes in the comments if my technique has helped anybody. It'd be really, really useful for me to know. It's helped a lot. That's awesome. Yes, it's helped. Yes, yes, yes. Fab, definitely. You'll need to watch it more. That's fine. Why don't you write it down? A really good way of learning something is to explain it to somebody else. Maybe don't try and memorize. If you're struggling, don't try and learn all four. Just learn the red and the green. Just today, red for hard shoulder, green for slip road. Just focus on those two. And then tomorrow or the day after, focus on another one as well. Then the day out next week, focus on another one as well. Don't think you have to learn all four at once. Okay, so if you're struggling, just look at one of them and go and explain to somebody. Go and say to somebody, do you know, Mum, that there are red studs next to the hard shoulder? And the way I can remember that is red traffic light means stop and wait. You would go into the hard shoulder if you needed to stop and wait. So red studs are next to the hard shoulder. And just focus on that one maybe. Yeah, and then tomorrow say, do you know what, Mum, I'm going to teach you another one. I'm going to teach you about the green one. Okay, so don't try and remember it all at once. Just give yourself, this live is finished now, Sophie, pretty much. It's a build-up of knowledge, as somebody, I can't remember your name, sorry, has just said. A build-up of knowledge, yeah? So don't think, oh my gosh, everyone else seems to get it and I don't. There are things like that in my life that everyone else seems to get and I don't. I promise you, lots of them, which is why I try to become an expert in breaking things down so that you can remember easily. That's my traffic light technique. And from 1.9 million tests taken, there's only 879,000 passes. There's only a 47% pass rate. That means 53% of people are failing their theory test. People are failing for all kinds of reasons. Thank you, Lynn, for joining me. So they're failing for all. Put me in the comments if this is you. And if it's a different reason, let me know, because I have aimed to respond to everybody's difficulties. Okay, so if you prefer to read, there's reading in my course. If you prefer to watch, there are videos in my course. If you prefer to listen, the videos and the audio in my course. The questions are all written down and audio for them. There's techniques for you to help you, all kinds of stuff. I want to know why you're failing. What is the problem? I think I know a lot of the problem is, for one, people don't revise. There are people every day saying, I've got my test tomorrow, I've done no revision, help me. So how am I supposed to help you? I can't help you. People say, I didn't understand the questions. People say, I've done loads and loads and loads of mock tests and I failed them all. Why would you do mock tests until you understand the questions? So please make sure you're understanding by either going through this course, having a one-to-one with somebody. If you want a one-to-one with Chris, then go to this website here, screenshot right now, and ask for a theory one-to-one, and Chris will get in touch with you. You can unlimited access to my course if you sign up for it. Yes, And it's certainly not failing because there's anything wrong with you. We all learn differently. All of us learn differently. There's nothing wrong with you. You can learn it. If I've said anything to you that's helped you today, you know that the course will help you. You know you can be helped. Nosheen, you need to, in my course there are 16 mock tests. Do all of them and then do 5 random, oh, it says this in my course, it tells you exactly what to do in my course. Then do 5 random mock tests and make sure you pass all 5, one after the other, with a score of 47 and above. Thank you, Wade Runner. I had my licence for 8 years. I still love watching these streams, good content. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. So my advice for anybody taking the test is make sure you do all the learning first. Don't just do mock tests. That's why people are failing. Because the questions, you're trying to memorise questions and answers, and those not going to be the same questions in your theory test. And failing becomes embarrassing for some people and frustrating for a lot of people. Failing is a waste of your time. Spending time going to get to the test centre and back again is a waste of time, a waste of money. You can't book your driving test. I want to teach you to pass. I can teach you to pass your theory test. I'm live every morning, 5 mornings a week, and a few evenings at 6:30, and I will be live tonight at 6:30 to go over questions with you. And I have given you step-by-step help in this theory test course. There's step-by-step help on how to pass your theory test. Go through it from the beginning to the end and you will be test ready. There's worksheets, video tutorials by Jacqueline, all the official questions, case studies, anxiety techniques, hazard perception techniques, so much more. So you will be 100% prepared to pass. It has helped thousands of people pass so far. And there has been nobody who's ever done all of the course who has failed. Nobody has done that. You're only going to pay $34.99 if you sign up while I'm live. I understand it's $34.99. It's a price, about the price of one single 1 hour driving lesson. That's all it is. If you can afford a driving lesson, you can afford this course because it's lifetime access. If you're having any kind of problems, then please go to these people and they will help you. Let me show you what's in the theory test course and how you'll go through it to guarantee you're 100% test ready. Go to the introduction first, so you've got a really good understanding of what's expected in the theory test and how to go through the course. There are 14 different theory test topics. Let me show you what's in the accidents topic. You can download and print off a worksheet to fill in if you want to. You can fill it in while you're watching the video tutorials. Then you can listen to a fact list before you go and have a go at all of the official DVSA practice questions for that topic. When you've got all of the questions correct, have a go at the mock test for that topic. And when you get 10 out of 10 in the mock test, move on to the next topic and go through all of the topics in the same way, so that by the time you get to the case studies and the full mock tests, you'll find answering the questions easy. If you suffer from test anxiety, there are techniques in the course that will help you to get rid of your anxiety, to go to the test feeling calm and feeling confident. There are techniques to help you score well in your hazard perception test. There are techniques to help you answer any multiple choice question. The free bonuses you get if you sign up while I'm live are a hazard perception course, a hypnosis course. Do those after you've done your theory test course is my recommendation. Top 10 reasons for failure ebook, top 20 hardest theory test questions ebook. Bonuses worth £35 are going to be yours for free. You only pay once. It's yours for you to use forever. There's no time limit on it. It takes most people between 2 and 6 weeks to go through it. It's fine to take up to 3 months. if you want to. It's entirely up to you. Some people start it, stop it and start it again. Some people go over it in 3, 4, 5 days. But if you think I've taught you anything today, that means you can answer one extra question. That means signing up for my course, even using it for one day, is going to help you. Buckle official, I said if I can, I have to get back from my driving lessons on time and prepare my slides on time. I would say probably live tonight. Hope so. You'll very quickly see and hear how you'll pass as soon as you start your course. This person says, hi Annie, thank you for your amazing course and live videos. Passed my theory on Saturday with 47 out of 50 on multiple choice and 58 out of 75 on hazard perception. Thank you for all you do. Love these emails. This could be you sending me this email. If you're struggling, then please consider investing in yourself. Hello, just wanted to say thank you for creating your theory test course. My fiance is dyslexic and just passed today after using your course. Highly recommend to anyone who's struggling to pass their theory test. Isn't that awesome? You only pay the price of one single 1 hour driving lesson for it. So have a look at this pinned link. It's only on offer while I'm live. So I'm going off my live in about 30 seconds at the most. So click on the link if you want to have a look at it. Click on the link if you want to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Click on the link if you want to have a look at the Test Nerves course as well. So this is the link. This is what the link will take you to. It will take you to Theory Test course, YouTube subscribe, or Test Nerves course. If you suffer from nerves and anxiety and you need help with driving or theory test nerves, this course is awesome and has helped thousands of people. Don't forget to follow me on TikTok. Please subscribe to me on YouTube. This live will go onto YouTube. My next lesson is tomorrow at 9 a.m. and then Friday at 9 a.m. 9 till 12, about 3 hours. And then I'll be live tonight at 6:30 to go through some questions. A revision session tonight to go through about 30 questions with you. Is that okay? Thank you for joining me. Click on the link if you want Chi Ring, that's awesome. Click on the link if you want to have a look at my course, if you want to subscribe to me on YouTube, and I will see you again this evening. If you've learned anything from me, please double tap the screen, send me those few extra likes, that'll be amazing. Sundus, thank you for joining me.